Episode 74 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. I am the brother Burnz. To the left, I got the brother V.S.
Yes, to the OP, we back in the fucking place.
On the check-in, I got International Blood.
Let's go, baby. We reporting live from injured reserve.
On the injured list.
The injured list, the IL.
Your boy injured, but we still here. We still gonna rock and roll, baby.
Word. Get well soon, bro. Get back on your feet.
Good looks.
And back in the studio, we got the brother Black. Welcome back, brother Black.
Thank you, brother. The blackest of dawns.
Back
Get it
in the
right
building.
before you get it wrong.
Oh, yeah. Everybody aggressive today.
Yo, for real, what happened?
Good to have you on, bro.
Thank
Word
you,
up.
brother. It's
man.
great to be back with y'all, man.
Back in the
Great.
saddle, baby.
Yes, sir.
How it feel, man? Your,
Yes,
your,
sir.
your long ass hiatus.
You know what? It feels like fucking, we picking up right where we left off,
Like
man.
a
I feel
bicycle.
right back at home, man.
It's been so long you came
Been a
back with hair.
Yo, for real, like you
I
got
let
the
the hair
curls
grow a little
activated.
bit. Word up, man.
What's
Got
going
the,
on?
Soul Glow working right now.
Gotta
You
let
know
your
what I'm
soul
saying?
glow, baby.
Yes, sir.
Shouts to Soul Glow. If you want your icy bottoms icy again, holla at your boy Soul Glow.
Soul Glow, a new business
That's right. New business sponsored by the Gahhd Cast.
specializing in the re-icing of
The restoration.
the restoration
kicks.
of your kicks.
That's right, baby. Holla at your boy Soul Glow.
At the
Make
real
them
underscore
souls glow.
BS on Twitter. Make sure y'all hit him up for to get your kicks back shiny and shining.
Get your Soul Glow on.
Real quick, some other shout outs. On August 5th, we are hosting Collab Fest 2021 at a rooftop in Brooklyn, put together by @_the takeover_. That's the homegirl Tiff. Shout out to her. Performing, we got the bro Big Shot. Shout out to him. Rocco Benji, Dre, aka Rock, Ed Bowl, HY, the homie Geo Cash, aka the Great Gatsby,
Fire.
Matt Mars. That's Tropical Poppy for all y'all ladies out there. The bro @232. The brother Mozzie. That's @TrenchGod_Mozzie. That's the bro right there repping the BX. We got the bro Ready, repping Uptown. He's gonna be there. DJ Uptown is actually gonna be providing all the music. We got Flawless Benji performing. We got Shampoo Santana performing. We got food by Chef Sarasota. That's @Sasong Mama Sarah SARAH. Hosted by the Gahhd Cast.
You know what it is. We gonna be
Very
up in
nice.
the building.
And that is
Okay.
at GAHHD_podcast. Shout out to Straight Fuego Studios. Shout out to at EFNR711. Make sure you're following him. Make sure you hit him up if you need any studio time. Make sure you're following at @deadass_worldwide. Make sure you're following at the Black Vault, BLACC Vault, for all your sneaker information and purchases. As I said, at the real _V.S.O.P on Twitter. That's for the new Soul Glow business. Shout out to that. Make sure you're following at @Comey_Joseph_ for all the fly shit.
He said all the fly shit. All that other fly shit.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, man.
So we started the show with the commission. Reason being, today we want to talk hip hop folklore. So before we talk hip hop folklore, let's talk what hip hop folklore is to you. So, actually, I'll let you start, brother VS, because we were having this conversation already.
Like we were talking before, and I had mentioned, it could be not necessarily broken down to just like, maybe heralded projects that never came out, or it doesn't have to necessarily narrow down to that. It could be about rumors and shit. It could be anything, like an urban legend, mainly like hip hop urban legends, which sounds funny because hip hop music is urban music. So you know what I'm saying? Urban legends.
I am a hip hop urban legend
Double entendre right there.
You're fucking West New York famous.
and Hudson County famous.
Hudson County famous. Word.
But
Man, you
A
just
urban
local.
legend.
You
I'm
just
just
local,
I'm just
right?
local, bro. Kiss my local ass. All right. So before the episode, you mentioned Suge Knight hanging Vanilla Ice over the balcony as hip hop folklore,
And like
and I kind of argued that because I feel like that's been proven. In my brain, it's been proven, but the only proof has been people saying they were witness to it and they were there and it happened.
And I've heard other accounts where it didn't happen the way it's described, that the way that we know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or the way that we were told, I should say.
I would think that would be an easy one to prove or not prove because he hung him over the balcony to get points on the song,
Which he actually gave up.
so there's paperwork.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice said that supposedly it didn't happen that way, and they had a meeting, at a restaurant, and that Suge Knight was actually very polite, and he was able to sign off. I think it was 3 or 4 points, and that's how supposedly they started Death Row with the money from that.
Okay,
He threatened him politely.
Yes, basically.
Right,
but he didn't say that. He didn't say he threatened him. He just said he was very polite. Now he also said it in a sarcastic tone, which could imply like, you know, he was being polite.
I feel like I've seen video of Vanilla Ice either admitting to it or like admitting it's possible.
But you know what? What I clearly remember seeing is a video of Ice at first talking about, yeah, Suge came. How did he know I was eating at these different restaurants? He would just show up. Yeah. And then one day he just showed up. He came through. He hung me over the balcony, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, he came with that bitch-ass interview talking about, nah, it was polite. He was so nice. Yeah, Suge, he's my man. Right. Shout out to Suge. Like a bitch. But it's not that Suge was threatening him to get money off of him. Apparently, Suge had an artist that had written for Ice, Vanilla Ice, and he was trying to son him and
he was trying not to pay him royalties.
So basically, so that's what was behind that.
Oh, there you go. Damn.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
So do you consider that hip hop folklore?
I do. I'll tell you, and I'll
Absolutely.
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Now I believe you are correct.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I will agree it is hip hop folklore.
I'll tell you why. Because that story has, how long do you think that story circulated? For how many years? Before it was actually dispelled. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know, like you said.
Well, that's the thing. It hasn't been dispelled or confirmed. Right. And I think that's why I now consider it back to be hip-hop folklore.
Right. Well, okay. And what I was going to say, it's so much so, it wound up in a movie. Like that scene where somebody's being hung off a fucking a roof by thugs from a record executive label and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen the movie Be Cool with John Travolta, Vince Vaughn, The Rock?
Nah, I've heard of the movie.
It's the sequel to Get Shorty.
But they have a scene like this.
They have a scene where they hang Vince Vaughn, some fake ass thug, Vanilla Ice type dude. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And Cedric the Entertainer is the head of another label, and he's kind of like a smart thug type dude, and he's got a bunch of big fucking security guards and shit, and they hang Vince Vaughn off the roof of the label and shit.
Oh shit, say word.
But so that's why I'm like, it's so much it's folklore so much so that it wound up in a movie.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? That somebody was like, oh, we should put this in this movie and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your man Andre Three Stacks is pretty funny in that shit.
Yes, he's actually in that movie, and he is pretty funny as well. Word. So that's why I consider it hip hop folklore. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, true, makes sense. True.
So.
Yeah. And back then there was no
phones and shit.
Yeah, it's just harder to prove again or disprove. Yeah. But it just sounds probable.
Well,
definitely.
Now knowing what we know about Suge and everything, obviously, you're like, fucking Suge was a thug. Like he was a fucking animal.
But that under the circumstances, I don't know if that's thug behavior.
What do you mean?
If you have an artist and he writes a hit song, and the artist that he wrote for isn't giving him his credit, and let's say the record label is not giving him his credit, and you go through your lawyers to try to get the credit, and you still don't get it. You follow every proper procedure,
all the proper protocol,
all the right steps,
right,
and you still don't get it. But it's yours, for sure. Like there's no doubt, there's no dispute.
Right.
I don't think it's thug to go get it.
Why? I don't understand. Like, you might as well go get it. They're not going to give it to you, so now you got to take it.
Exactly.
You mean
so
that
I don't
he's
think
more...
It's him being a thug.
Take it to
the
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, he's got the right more.
You're basically
more
saying it's out of necessity that he's doing, not because I get it. Okay,
Correct.
I understand.
His first action wasn't to thug it out.
Exactly. Right. His first action was to go about it the proper way.
He tried to do it the right way. That didn't work. So you got to go the other way.
But in this situation, it's Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? So he's got so many stories that follow him around with the same type of situation that, you know, you still put it in that category as him being a thug, regardless if he was in the right or the wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because his reputation.
Exactly.
But in that instance, if you look, you know, if you deep dive into it and you dig into it,
right.
Like I wouldn't consider that a thug act. That was just, you know, your hand's been forced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now you have no choice. Now it's like, I gotta go get what's mine because the court ain't helping, the record label ain't helping, the lawyers ain't helping. Now I gotta put the pause on you. But I didn't want to start with Suge and Vanilla Ice. I just wanted to get more of a definition on the folklore.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be limited to albums. It could be an artist that maybe never got to come out. I think I have a movie on my list.
Okay.
Yeah, any projects, anything.
Right.
I guess urban legend, like you said. Where would you guys like to start?
Black Attack, what's good,
You know
baby?
what? Without even turning my phone on, I got so much on my phone, but off the bat, let's start with March 9th. Why March 9th? Because Big had so much on the table, when March 9th happened. Folklore. Lo and behold, he was supposed to be doing promos over in London before March 9th, the day before to be exact. He was supposed to be out in California auditioning for a movie before March 9th happened. As they were heading out to California, Wolf, part of Bad Boy Security, Puffy's main security cat, had already given them cats a heads up, like, yo, I'm not going out to Cali with y'all because we ain't moving right. We ain't going right out there. So if Puffy listens to Wolf, March 9th would have never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much, it's sad that it happened, right? But there's so much, if you will, events that could have changed the course of history, if you will. Does that count as folklore? In my opinion, it does. Money Burnz.
But is there a rumor? Is there a rumor behind that?
I think you just worded it incorrectly by saying March 9th. I think your folklore is the Big's career after March 9th. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like what became after that.
Yeah. Like Big's Black Album is folklore.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His original concept of Born Again and then the duets, that's folklore. You know what I mean? Because although we did get those two albums, we got the Puffy version.
Exactly.
We didn't know what Big was actually planning and who he actually would have worked with or not worked with. You know what I'm saying? Because he did already have the plan of doing Ready to Die, Life After Death, Born Again, the duets album, and a Black album. Right? So those last three would be folklore because we heard of them, but we never got them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And what we did get wasn't the artist's original vision.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of shit that Big never got to accomplish is part of his folklore. Like I said, those albums, The Commission.
Right.
That's stuff that, we knew it existed. We knew it was slated to come.
It was just unfulfilled.
We knew, we anticipated it, and we just never got it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised we're starting at Biggie.
Okay, so we could start with The Commission then.
Yeah. I mean, they're all connected. You know what I mean?
Right. For sure.
But The Commission is something that it's number one on my list. I thought you would have immediately started there.
Right.
Damn, that's just something dope that we never got. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we
true.
never even got a song.
Right.
Not by the whole crew, but at least
by
Iceberg Slim and the Most Shady, Frankie Baby.
We had a couple songs from them, but not like the whole crew song, as mentioned in the intro song where he says it's
where he mentions all the people
it's
that
him,
are part of it.
It's Big, it's Jay, it's C's, it's Puff,
Charlie Ball,
Charlie, and I think that's it. Right?
Little Kim, wasn't it?
No, you can't have Charlie and Lil Kim.
Oh, true.
C's a Leo, Dejanero, Charlie Ball,
yeah.
Iceberg Slim, the Most Shady. Yeah. So let's just say them five. That shit would have been a fucking.
I got a question now.
Super group.
Let's say.
Think about it. Would it have been?
What?
Why wouldn't it? What you mean?
The fact that
wasn't a superstar.
Yeah,
no,
but the fact that Jay and Big are together, that's a super group already.
Charlie wasn't a superstar.
Yeah,
she was nice though.
She was nice.
Yeah, but Jay
and Puff, Jay would have just wrote all her rhymes.
But I'm saying,
but yeah, he was a big artist at the time.
Jay, Big, and Puff, right there, that's a trifecta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there alone, they're a super group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then with the
and
with
do
the
you think
production.
if
the Hitman production.
Let's say, all right, they obviously formed the commission, or they had talks about it even. Now, do you think if they would have actually came out with, like you said, a song or even an album, the firm would exist?
It's funny you mentioned that.
Good question.
Because I feel that was Nas's response to the commission.
Yeah, you think so?
Now that you mention it, and
but also the firm came out before the commission. 96.
Yeah, but it was just mentioned.
What are you talking about? They had a song out already.
Yeah, but that's what I mean in the song. It wasn't like an actual album that was out like, yo, this is.
Yeah, and the song was Nas featuring
Them Cats. Right.
The firm.
So, you know, it wasn't like, yeah, we the firm, you know, first album, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that because how long after Affirmative Action did the actual firm album drop? How many years after?
The firm album dropped like in 98, I think.
All right, so 2
It was
years.
98.
So 2 years.
I think the commission was the actual response to the firm, to keep it real.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, because the firm was, as you mentioned, they were formed before.
Exactly.
But did they
Biggie
say they
mentioning
were
the
the firm?
Yeah, they say it on the song.
Yeah. I mean, they have
say
plans
it.
to.
Do they really?
Yeah. Foxy
Yeah.
says it a million times. The firm, baby. She says it at the end.
One.
On the song is ending and shit. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
They
the
have
firm.
plans to drop the album before a lot before it came
That's
out.
the other thing. Like the firm came out and Affirmative Action, I should say, came out. So who knows that right after that they started recording material for the firm album.
Exactly. Which is one of the items on my list is the fact that the firm should have really had Cormega on the album as opposed to Nature, and I think it would have blown
made
everything out the
bigger
water.
difference.
Absolutely,
I think so. Yeah.
tenfold.
Really?
Yes.
How
A
so?
lot-
It would have made it better, or it would have made the album worse?
Oh, a lot better. I mean, think about it. Would you consider Nature the same tier artist as Cormega?
Yeah.
They're about the same.
Well,
They're pretty equal.
no,
even though
tripping.
I'll lie.
Y'all
I'm lying.
tripping.
No, I'm lying.
As far as
You crazy?
No. I'm
as
retracting
far
my
as
statement.
Accomplishments. And
As
what
far
they
as accomplishments,
yes.
Yeah, okay,
No,
yeah, that yes, but as far as
again,
level of work, no.
I want to go ahead and rebuttal that because Cormega has a following that you could ask Chris Black. You know, he got a following that goes on. I think more than a lot of the artists that are out that been out since that time.
Right.
Nature doesn't even get to that level.
No,
Like,
he
Nature,
doesn't. You're right. You're
like
right.
I don't know.
not even he doesn't even begin to scratch the surface.
I don't
Yeah.
think
you know.
Like,
I don't think Cormega would have been the necessary ingredient to push that album to the success it should have had.
But with
The,
That-
the album itself was the issue.
You know what?
The songs, the sequencing, the production.
with Nature though, I feel that he was just brought in as a, you know what, we ain't fucking with Mega. Let's bring this next hot cat from Queens. I don't know that he was like
and
throwing
he
out like,
didn't.
yo,
Yeah.
he's
he
the dude
didn't-
and shit.
Yeah, but again,
It's the mold.
I don't think the album didn't sell because of Nature, or it didn't do what it was supposed to do because of Nature.
yeah, I don't.
I think
that-
the people in charge fucked up.
I absolutely think that it was because of Nature because Cormega already had a following. So by the simple fact that them not putting him on the album, you know, you got fans.
you
like,
getting
you
rid
got
of
these
those fans.
hardcore
I get it.
fans.
Yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know?
no.
And even to this day,
Cormega had a following, but Cormega didn't have a commercial following.
No, he didn't.
He wasn't
Not
gonna.
exa-
He wasn't that big of an artist. He wasn't even. He was on like a Big L level. He'd never achieved that success because remember he
But
got locked
think
up
about-
before his first album dropped.
Think about the Big L following to this day.
Yeah, but
He passed away in
That
90,
that's
98.
fandom. That's not.
But
not
Nature would not have
financially
that.
viable.
If Nature died today, he would not have that fandom. You
I
feel me?
understand that, but I'm talking about the success and quality of the album. I don't think neither artist impacted either of those aspects.
Well, think about
Right.
it. Think about it. In terms of fandom, right? Let's say Big L. Let's say Cormega. What number do you put on it in terms of the following that they have? 500,000, 1 million?
No, 100,000 at best. Check their album sales.
I guess you're right. Okay, 100,000. Or I would
they're
have
not
to check the
selling
album
100,000
sales,
first week.
but
I'll tell you that.
I would think that it makes a difference in terms of the numbers and the impact when the album would have dropped. In my opinion, I think it would have made a big difference.
That's fair that you think that, but you're wrong.
But at the same
I'm not
time,
wrong. You're wrong.
The album got delayed. Yo, let's.
I just said that to fuck with you.
Let's also keep in mind that the album was
Cormega,
delayed.
even at the time, at his most popular, wasn't. That album should have sold based off Nas alone. It should have been platinum off Nas. It should have gone 2 times off Foxy. It could have got another 500,000 from AZ. Cormega and Nature would have added 100,000 each, max 250,000 at their most popular,
which was then.
Okay,
but even
that makes
then,
a big difference.
But even then, 250,000.
Yeah, it makes a big difference in terms of not only the project selling more when it had first dropped, but even the quality over time.
The quality
of the album.
I disagree again, because all you would have gotten was verses from either Nature, which you did get, or Mega. Right. And those verses wouldn't have. They couldn't save that album. The album is not good. Not because of Nature or Nas or AZ. They produced it wrong. That shit got fucking
creatively. You don't think it would have made a difference?
Fiasco
the type of
or
artist?
whatever the fuck. It got the 10 seconds to flush. It just got whack songs.
They were trying too hard to reach commercial success, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I don't think Mega was a big enough artist to where his voice or opinion would have swayed
either way.
Dr. Dre's not going to change a song because Mega says, just like he wouldn't have changed it because Nature said.
I think the quality would have made a big difference.
You would have got a couple better verses, because I'm not disagreeing that Mega's a better rapper than Nature. I agree
better
with that
songs
100%.
altogether. Better song. You would have got definitely a Nas and Mega, or Nas, AZ and Mega. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a Mega and Foxy.
Is there a Nas and Mega song that exists?
Just them two?
Just them two.
I don't think so.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right, that would be dope.
Right.
But not to even veer off into the firm lane. It's just
right. Yeah.
I was one of those people looking fucking forward to the firm and what they came with. You know, they got a couple dope songs, and I think those songs are still dope to this day.
True.
One of the dopest songs is fucking
a Nori song.
A Nori song.
I'm leaving.
Right? Isn't that just Nori and Cannabis?
No.
Nori and
it's just Nori.
Nori and Nature. And then there's another dope song with Cannabis.
With Cannabis.
That's
and
Desperados.
That shit was fire.
Yeah, the Desperados.
Yeah,
Go to Hector.
It has dope songs, and even some of the super dope songs are not even the firm.
At 1,000 degrees Celsius.
Well, but that's what I mean. I think it would have made a difference, him being a core member of the group.
All right. How do you think it would have made a difference? Do you think those songs wouldn't have been on the album because he said so?
No, I'm not. Look, again, I don't know what type of influence he would have had. Y'all laugh, but, just because, you're saying one thing doesn't make it the fact that, Cormega's influence would have, not changed the album. I think it would have. I think it absolutely would have, tenfold. Because Mega not only influenced the other people in the group, he also influenced Nas himself, who's like the so-called mastermind of the firm.
I'll tell you, what I'm saying? If Mega would have been on that song Desperados instead of Nature, he still wouldn't have had the best verse. Cannabis did.
Nah, Blood. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I just don't think we just don't agree. I just don't think Mega had that goal.
I look at it as something
I
look at it as something like when you hear, for example, not to go off the rails, but you look forward to a movie coming out with a particular group of artists, group of actors, and then last minute they change one of the actors, for example, like let's say Al Pacino or Robert De Niro, for someone that's like not even a thespian, like you can't even put Nature in the same lane as a fool, like these other underlings, and when
wasn't Nature banned from TV?
He was.
Nature's not whack.
He's not whack. He's not a whack.
It's not.
But that's what I'm saying.
But you know what? In my opinion, Mega built up such a fucking hype.
No, Mega's definitely more accomplished than Mega.
I remember me personally looking forward to the firm because of some shit that I was hearing from the firm. Fucking La Familia, Mega bodied that fucking verse in that song, which was previous to the firm album. I wanted to hear that shit because of Mega.
And imagine if you wanted to hear, imagine these hardcore Queens, New York,
right?
Hip hop fans, these hardcore hip hip hop fans
maybe
that have been following
maybe
Mega.
we're arguing different things because I'm not saying that people didn't want Mega on the firm or Mega wasn't building anticipation to the firm. I just don't think including Mega would have changed the outcome of the firm.
Right.
I agree. People were looking forward to
but
the
that's
firm.
real quick. It would have.
To go off subject real quick.
have.
Speaking of movie trailers, have y'all seen the movie trailer for King Richard starring Will Smith?
No.
Yes.
All right, check that out. That shit looks dope. It's
King
the
Richard?
story
Yes.
of Venus and Serena,
Yeah.
and that's their dad, Richard. Yo, that shit looks dope. Anyway,
Nice.
back to the firm. Blood, you can think that. That's the whole point of debating.
Yeah.
I'm just not gonna agree with
you know, you're debating numbers, but I just think that, you know, with numbers also come other things. You know what I'm saying? That eventually over time will not only build the fandom, but also build those numbers as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Big L dropping the big picture, you know, he obviously passed away. If he would have had more material, maybe he would have had, you know, another album that go beyond gold or whatever it went.
But
you know what I'm saying?
They've dropped more albums.
For Big L?
Yeah. There's been albums after the big picture. I'm willing
Commercial
to bet there's
releases?
been 4 or 5. Yeah. Yes.
Not that I
There was one
not that
just
I-
a few years
I
ago.
had ever heard of.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
No.
If Biggie drops an album tomorrow, you're gonna hear about it. If Big L does, you're not, because they're not the same level of artist. Like he wasn't.
But what
he
type
was-
of
he was-
album was it? Was it a commercial release? On what label was it? You know, like that's another thing. Like you're putting things into context that it was probably a mixtape or something that came out. You know what I'm saying? That you're talking about.
Hold on. But that's the point. A label recognized that his following wasn't enough for them to want to continue to put out posthumous albums. And the
All right,
one label
listen,
that
I'm
put
gonna
it out,
drop it.
the one
I'm gonna
label
drop
that
it.
dropped the big picture was Raucous, and that was a niche label.
Yeah, exactly. It was a boutique label, but you know, it not doing the numbers doesn't encapsulate the legacy that he left and the fandom that you still have people to this day that come from out of the country to go visit that wall that he's painted on. You got his music playing all over Europe. You know, like you can't even just put it in context of US numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, obviously, because over there they have a deeper appreciation for that kind of hip hop. That's
Yeah, how
also
much
a fact.
does Cormega probably tour? You know what I'm saying? Compared to Nature.
Oh,
Like, come on, man.
Night and
Nature's
day,
probably
bro.
driving an Uber back home, man. What are you talking about? Come on, man.
Nothing wrong with that, right? But anyway, I feel
Yeah.
I smell
No,
you.
shout out to all the Uber drivers, bro.
Nah, but I'm saying for artists that was on the firm, you know, he shouldn't be driving a fucking Uber.
I don't
You know
know
what I
how
mean?
much Cormega tours. That's not on my radar. I don't
Well,
hear
but
about
that's
it.
what I'm telling you. It is on my radar because I follow him.
So how much
has
does
a
he tour?
following. He tours often enough that he's a legendary hip hop figure.
Right,
You know
and
what
he
I'm
still
saying?
got
He
albums
got
coming out. He
multiple
working on the
albums that
Realness
are
2 coming out.
successful.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
on,
other
man.
thing that I was gonna say
Right.
about Nature and Cormega is that Cormega also has a way larger body of work.
Yeah, he's got more of a catalog.
Way,
He's-
way. I mean, and I'm
he's
talking
been-
like it's astronomical.
He's a different caliber artist.
That's what I
You
mean,
know?
and that's where I will agree with F on this. As far, I mean, I'm sorry, with Blood on this is that he is as a better rapper, absolutely. Bigger following, absolutely. You understand what I'm saying? I do agree with Burnz though. I don't think either or had the might to sway, the fortunes of the album either way. You know what I'm saying?
We could both be right. We could both be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah,
No, y'all are both right. That I will agree. Y'all are
And
both
I'm
right.
not trying to shit on either Cormega or Nature.
No, absolutely, absolutely not. They're both great. To me, they're
yeah.
dope art. They're dope rappers.
I just feel it was
You know
a
what I'm saying?
fail to go with him as opposed to the original. You know, regardless of all the red tape that they had to cut through and everything. I think Nas should have pressed to get his man on the album or
Do you
not drop
think
it at all.
Nas, where were we at with Nas with the Firm album?
What do you mean?
How many albums had he dropped?
Up to the Firm?
Yeah,
Three.
when the Firm dropped.
It would have been I Am or
2.
right before.
2 albums.
Was it?
Oh no, I Am came out that summer.
Yeah,
98.
So it would have been right around there.
98 or 99?
Mhm.
No, I feel like the Firm came out before I Am.
Nah, let's check that. But
So my question is, I guess, did Nas at the time even have enough pull himself?
As a rapper,
to
like,
have him on the album?
I think so.
Well, no. First of all, it was Nas' decision to not have him on the album.
Exactly.
You know, that was when they was going through their shit. But
I thought it was before all that. I thought that was the reason that they went through this shit. Was because I think it was Steve Stout that had issue with Cormega.
That could have been it too. I think so. Yeah, that might have been.
Because he was on Def Jam or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but yeah, that's when like Mega started dissing Nas.
Maybe I'm recalling it incorrectly. But damn, what was the point of that? Oh,
the firm came out before I Am.
Right? Okay. So was 2 years before Nas?
What?
Did he have enough juice? Well, I think the answer is in the album itself. No, he didn't, because the album still came out the way it came out. And if he had enough juice to make it better,
what if that was Nas's vision though? Everything that was on there.
Then that may be one of the reasons people say Nas picks whack songs.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just they tried to reach too much commercial shit though.
Yeah,
there was a lot of track.
There was too many chefs in the kitchen with track.
Again, I think an absolute
Nas.
Yeah. That, and I think an absolute catalyst for it is that simple fact that it was Nature instead of Mega. I absolutely because they dropped affirmative action. They dropped affirmative action.
I don't understand how you think Mega was important enough that he would have changed anything.
My man, did you not hear the verse? He goes, Mega the pretty boy with mafia connections is the firm nigga said it. Like, he was lyrically on top of his game when that track came out.
Yeah, he would have added some
rumored,
dope verses to the album. Agreed.
But he was a core member of the group. Again, it's not just, he dropped 2-3 verses. No, he's a core member of the group. So again, I don't know how much, free reign he had in terms of, the album itself, but I think
that's where I'm at.
Difference.
He would have had no free reign. He would have had no creative control, and the album would have came out sounding the same, just with Mega verses instead of Nature verses, and they would have been better verses for sure, and that would have upped the album's quality a little bit because you got a couple better verses. But the album, in my opinion, still would have came out sounding the way it sounded. Right. He wouldn't have liked it. He would have. Again, this is all my opinion. This is all hearsay. This is the point of the episode. But I think the album would have came out the way it did, the same way, only Mega would have had verses, and he wouldn't have liked it, and he would have shitted on it.
It's highly possible. It's highly possible that it would have been that way. But again, like I said, when you, again, you're anticipating something and they flip the person that's involved in it, it's not going to have the same effect. You know what I mean? Like I said, like with the movie.
That could also
you're not going to go watch that
even
movie
then,
that you originally
No, you're absolutely...
Hadn't enough time passed?
What do you mean?
No.
The first Firm song came out when?
96.
Affirmative Action.
96,
The Firm album came out in 98. 97.
Yeah, October 97.
Yeah, and I mean, everything was relative back then. It wasn't like...
he's right too, because music also had a longer shelf life.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So it was still fresh.
And anticipation.
Before we get off the Firm, do y'all remember the Affirmative Action remix?
Yes.
If you don't, YouTube that. Affirmative Action remix. Produced by, I think, Marty.
Fuego.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
now that you say it.
Fuego.
Yeah, man. Speaking of the Firm, let me throw my first entry into hip-hop folklore.
Go ahead, brother.
The Nas and AZ album.
Ooh. Yeah.
That was something I always thought would have happened, something I would have liked to have happened, and something that I think would have helped AZ's career. Because AZ...
He was a victim of the Firm.
Yes, I hate to use this word, but I think he underachieved. He never
reached
his maximum
fact,
potential.
He might be in the same caliber as Cormega in terms of artistry, and you can say what
Mega also I believe is an underachiever. I think Mega had, when he was first coming out, when his first album was slated to come out, he had the potential to be on a Nas level, to be equal opposite of Nas.
Nah,
You know what I
wouldn't
mean?
go that far. He never reached that kind of success.
He
or,
never reached it. Is my
never reached
point.
it, but he was
when his
pitted,
first
he
album
was
was
always-
coming out,
Listen,
he had the potential.
Off of Life's a Bitch. You're telling me everybody was like, yo, we got to get his album. He bodied that.
Wait,
track.
are you talking about AZ?
AZ?
Or?
Yeah,
AZ.
No, we're talking about
Yeah,
Core
AZ.
Mega. He's
Oh,
talking about
talking
Mega.
Yeah,
Mega.
well, both.
Could've sworn you said
Both.
AZ.
Well, I'm talking about both, but
okay.
Mega, when he was first gonna come out, when
Yeah.
his first album was coming out, when he was signed to Def Jam, when he was hot off the firm, when he
Okay.
had whatever mixtapes or whatever
Right.
he was doing,
Dead Man
he
Walking.
was on pace to be up there with Nas.
Right, okay.
Not saying he would have been, but he
yeah.
was on pace. That's what it looked
He
like.
was
Right.
he was positioned to be.
Right.
AZ similar.
Yeah.
You may not recall, but when that verse came out back then, yeah, labels were scrambling to sign him.
Not only that, when
And
the
they
first
thought
album
he-
came out.
and they thought, yeah, and his first album was considered
Do
a
or Die,
classic,
Do or
yeah.
Die,
and I
yeah.
believe it went gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was supposed to be right. He was supposed to be like the next Brooklyn Don, right, with
Yeah.
Big and J. That's
Exactly.
what I mean. That he never reached his potential. He underachieved for whatever reason it was. And I think
The thing is-
Cormega falls under the same.
We
We
can't put these artists in the same lane as Nas, though. You know, like Nas is a GOAT. Like for AZ to go gold, that's successful. For Cormega to go gold, same thing. They have classic albums. You know, Do or Die, Pieces of a Man. You know, Mega got the realness, the
yeah.
true meaning. Like I'm talking about
the
classic.
definition.
Like you cannot fuck with the tracks on these albums. But they're not the same type of artists as Nas, as Jay-Z. Like
No,
we're talking about
we know.
GOATs.
I'm talking about
you know?
when they first came out and how they were viewed and their
Right.
potential.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, no,
People
absolutely.
thought they might be
Absolutely.
up there with Nas
Exactly.
and Jay and Big,
Uh-huh.
but
They
they
were-
never achieved it. That's literally why I said underachiever.
Exactly.
But I think
So what-
if Nas
so
and
I
AZ
don't
had
think
dropped
that's-
an album,
Mhm.
I think it would have helped AZ's career. Not saying it would have helped him reach the Nas level, but
Yeah,
I think
but-
it would have helped him
Yeah.
Yeah.
reach a little more. I mean, damn, they put out a song together and the shit was nominated for a Grammy.
True indeed.
Not every rapper can say that. You know what I'm saying?
Which song was this?
It was a later song, actually. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, The Highness or some shit like that. Yeah. So they were dope together. They fucking
Obviously. They were like
Yeah,
Rain,
yeah,
they were
yeah,
like
yeah.
Rain Ghost.
yeah, they were
But
fucking.
where would you have seen that album go as far as record sales? No more than gold.
Maybe gold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Depends.
I mean, depends. With,
Maybe
with a
platinum.
strong single,
Maybe
maybe
platinum.
platinum.
I don't see platinum. Not because AZ's whack. It's just if we're gonna be honest and speak record sales. Come on, man.
Nas
Well,
alone, Nas alone could
Nas's
push.
second album did 2 million.
Yeah, but okay.
Nas alone could push platinum.
Fine, okay, but fucking who's this AZ guy? Who the fuck is that?
Nah,
People
but
knew
if
who
you
he
know
was.
Nas,
Come
yeah,
on,
if you
man.
know and
Exactly.
listen to Nas, you knew
Exactly.
who AZ
By
was.
that
Yeah,
point,
but
when if you
somebody-
listen to Nas,
but
you
no,
know
no,
AZ.
no.
You know AZ.
But we're not talking about us that know Nas. We're talking about the white boy that this is Nas, whatever. Who the fuck is this AZ guy? Oh,
Yeah,
fuck that.
which is the
But up
flip
until
side
that
of the
point-
argument.
Well,
which is
wouldn't
the
that
flip side
apply
of
to the firm
argument.
then?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a flip side of the argument. So what did the firm do in terms of numbers? Did it go platinum?
It went gold, I believe, upon release, but that's like as high as
Yeah,
it
it
went.
might have did like 200,000 first week, 250,000 first week or some shit. And then it ended up going gold. I don't think it ever reached platinum.
Really?
But
Because
also, it would have depended on the timing for the Nas AZ album. My bad, Blood, to switch off real quick. But I had
no,
to-
you're right. You're right.
It would have depended
You're
on
right.
the timing. It would have depended on their lead single.
Because that's what I was gonna say. It would have depended on the lead single. Because I think the firm had that phone tap, and that single was, in my opinion, one of the hottest singles of all time in hip hop. And it just so happens that AZ did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
that's AZ and Nas actually alone.
yeah, AZ
Yeah,
and Nas, exactly.
But that was AOB too.
So let's say they would have got a similarly hot single for their solo,
Right.
for their group joint album, them
Yeah.
two. What did the firm do first week?
First week 147, overall 925.
All right,
So it almost went
I
platinum.
think they would have gone at least gold
Yeah.
with a potential platinum if they would have had a few big singles.
I remember hearing gold,
In
and
the
you
time
know what?
frame.
Quick fun or quick black fact. When I came back home from Florida, from Miami after doing my bid, right? I was out looking for the Firm album, and like real talk, I couldn't find it nowhere in New York City, bro. Like
It was sold out.
It's the
or-
only hip hop album I've ever gone to look for upon
And it
release that I couldn't find anywhere.
'Cause it was
I could
sold
not
out.
find it nowhere. So that for me built more anticipated. Like, this shit gotta be fucking fire crack.
Right.
But I guess it didn't live up to the hype. I like the album,
It
but it could have
didn't.
been better.
I mean,
it could have been better.
Yeah, so I think the difference again is that common denominator of nature, man. I honestly do. I again, not to come back to it, but I just think
I'm shaking
it's
my head.
absolutely it's absolutely the factor. Like it absolutely is.
In
You
your
can't
opinion.
slice it any other way.
There's so
Nah, I
many
mean,
factors
it is my
though
opinion.
that there's so many reasons in your face that why it didn't succeed. How can you only see Mega? I don't.
Mega would have made the
Yo,
album
that
better.
shit don't.
In
Yes,
plain
Mega
English,
would
he
have
would've
made the
better.
album a little bit better.
Not a
Yes, I
success
agree.
because it didn't crack platinum. You know, it almost cracked platinum.
But it
still,
should.
It should have went
sold.
at least
It
2 or
should've-
3.
Yeah, it should have went at least 2 or 3.
Because
and
the
it's,
quality
it's,
was
it's,
not as good, right?
It's almost cracked platinum now, my nigga. 20 years later, 30,
Exactly.
23, 4 years
I-
later, that's
you know what?
24
I-
years worth of sales.
Yeah.
As a
Exactly.
matter of fact, Nature has a solo track on there. I think every one of them has a solo track on there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Or if not, you know, I know Nature definitely does the track 3 Minutes to Flush, something like that, right?
No.
Anybody remember that?
AZ.
No, that's easy.
That's easy.
Or was that's an AZ track? So then there's another track that 10 Seconds to Flush. I thought Nature had a solo. I thought
Flush the whole
Nature
fucking
had a
album,
solo
bro.
on it. Yeah, absolutely.
Nah,
But
but
I
the
think
album wasn't all that
Mega-
whack though. It was
No,
all right.
no.
Mega having a solo on there, him doing a track with Nas.
You know
you
what
know,
the problem
would've made the
with the
absolute
album
difference.
was? Other than that, it wasn't that good. Could it have ever lived up to the hype?
Probably not,
Right.
because you got to
You know what I
remember
mean?
at that time, Fox was a platinum selling artist, Nas was a platinum selling artist, and then you also had the other 2 co-members, which was AZ, which was a gold artist at that time with Do or Die.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And Nature, the unproven rookie. He was
I
the only
think
one.
I think their mistake, and we're gonna get off the firm. I
Yeah,
think their
I know we
mistake.
have to.
Why the fuck they involved Dr. Dre, bro?
Because of Nas is Coming,
Nas is Coming was fucking ass.
but Phone Tap was dope.
Yeah.
Phone Tap was dope. Dre could have produced a song on the album. Why did they include him so much? I think that was one of the early mistakes for the album.
No, because if you look at it, Phone Tap was a Dre beat, dope. The first song on the album that
Yes.
was
Affirmative Action, right?
no. The other song is called where they talk about as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Where they start going through the whole Goodfellas intro. You know what I'm saying? From Fiasco, isn't that?
From Fiasco, yeah.
That's a
From
Dre
Fiasco.
beat.
That shit
That's
was dope as
that's a
hell.
dope track. And then there's another Dre beat that
He could
Nature.
have produced those songs without being an executive producer. They could have gotten him to produce.
Oh, I'm talking
songs.
about just the Sonics. of it.
Why did they include him in the executive
Oh,
production of the album?
But think about it.
Why,
Think about it. Burnz.
Why was it him?
Because he's a super producer.
Right, he was a super
You know he
producer,
was a super
and you got
producer at
this
the
fucking
time.
dope concept album that you're
Successful.
trying to push, and you want to get the hottest cat out there at the time. Why wouldn't you?
Label politics, you know, there's label politics involved, everything. Why not get Dre?
Yeah,
is the
that's what I'm
question.
saying. If you have
Because of
access to
what
them,
we
why
got.
wouldn't you?
Because of what
Well,
we
yeah,
got.
well, what we got was an unfortunate miss, you know?
Yeah.
It was
And
a miss.
I think error number 1 was involving Dr. Dre too much.
All right, answer me this before we move on. Answer me this. Do you think that Affirmative Action would have been as dope with Nature on there instead of Mega?
He just.
The song?
Yeah, the song.
Oh, okay.
As dope? I don't know,
Affirmative
because
action.
what would Nature have
Yeah.
spit? I don't know. Maybe
He
Nature
wanted
had a
some-
more fire verse than Mega. You don't know for a fact he didn't.
I highly doubt it. First of all, I highly doubt it. And he
That's-
would have slowed
that's
down the
opinion.
track.
That's opinion. I can't
Do
give you my
have
opinion because I don't
Do
know.
you have a Nature album?
No, not at all.
Heard a Nature album?
Yeah, he had an album. I heard his
trash.
album.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's
trash.
trash. He ripped Banned from
He's
TV.
trash, my nigga.
I wouldn't
Come
say
on,
he's
man.
trash. He had an
My
album
man.
called Wild Gremlins.
That shit is trash. Just the name of the album is trash.
You heard it?
I heard that nigga's trash.
Next week we
But
got
anyway,
Nature
let's
coming
move
up to the
on.
show. All right, so let's go back to the commission. Do you think
I'm a sick Mega on that.
do
nigga.
you think the commission would have all right, first of all, do you think the commission album would have lived up to the hype of the album?
That could have been another one.
Nah, without a doubt. Without a fucking doubt, bro.
Without being biased.
Yeah. You got to think of it outside
guys,
of your tremendous Biggie fandom.
Look at who was on the album, guys. Come on. Like, y'all don't think would have lived up to the hype? Y'all crazy if you don't think so.
Everybody was thinking the same thing. Again, I don't want to go back to it.
But the beat selection on the Firm shit was whack, bro. Compared to, Big and J and them. Like, come on, guys, please.
We would have never known.
They would have had the Hitman. They would have had Ski Beats. They would have had Clark Kent.
Primo. No doubt about it.
Puff would have executive produced.
That's what I mean. Puff would have executive made it all glossy and shit, cinematic. Yeah, I think so. I definitely think it would have lived up.
What do you think it would have sold?
Platinum first week.
Platinum. I would have seen it.
Platinum
Maybe
first
not
week?
first week. Yeah, I won't go that far because of the times at 97. Harvey probably don't remember, right?
Yeah,
but,
the times.
97.
Yeah.
97.
Yeah, I don't know that it would have necessarily done platinum, but
Big didn't go platinum in a week, and he died.
It would have.
I think over time it would have
Big
definitely
didn't
gone
go platinum in a week.
Life After Death didn't go platinum first week.
Check that.
All right, we're gonna check that. We are gonna check that.
I don't think so.
But
Black
I think it would
didn't go platinum in the first week. You have to know this because you're the Biggie fan.
You know what?
Answer the question.
Speaking of Biggie, on the commission, though,
but answer the question.
Though Biggie didn't shout out Cameron, he pursued Cameron before he passed.
He signed him,
and which is the reason why he ended up with Entertainment. So I believe he would have been part of the commission. All
right, man. Black fact: did Biggie sell 1 million albums the first week?
I know
he dropped Life After Death.
Yeah, I know I copped it first week. I know I did. Did he sell 1 million copies? I'm willing to bet that he probably did.
You're saying yes. That is a black fact.
What's the number, Harv?
You fake ass Biggie fan.
I'm a Biggie fan, man.
You're a fake Biggie fan. He didn't. He
sold
gold.
I
believe he
sold gold.
It was either 500 and change or 800.
No, he went gold first week. I remember that. He did go gold.
He did go.
Yeah, and then he went gold too.
He went gold. But being that it was a classic album, over time it went diamond.
Right. No, I'm not. No, of course. I think the commission would have maybe sold 5 million if they would have put out the right album.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. Because we talked about this before. Jay-Z and Biggie together were seamless. Like their music together is so organic. It's like they didn't miss a step back and forth. So just the dynamic of them two, and then they would have incorporated everyone else in the group somehow, some way. I think that would have made a big difference. Because again, I don't want to go back to the Firm, but you don't really have, unless you want to say AZ and Nas, two really strong artists like Biggie and Jay-Z.
If they would have traded Caesar Leo out and Memphis Bleek in, would you have been as excited?
Absolutely.
But I wasn't checking for C's anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not checking for neither of them.
Or Bleek.
No shot at none of them,
Now that's my point with the Firm album. Exactly. I'm not checking for either one of them, so it doesn't make a difference.
Because now it's an unbiased opinion.
But in this case, you are checking for Cormega. What don't you understand? He is a freaking pivotal
You're missing the point. You're missing the point.
You're missing the point. You're checking for Cormega. I'm not checking for either one.
The point is,
me personally, in my opinion, the same way you just said, it don't matter if it's C's or Bleek because I'm not checking for either one. When it came to the Firm,
you're not checking for him doesn't mean 300, 400,000 New Yorkers ain't checking for him.
But I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm not asking. That's not my point. My point is for you to understand that I'm not checking for either one of them. That's what you're missing.
Life After went gold in the week.
The whole hype around the Firm
is
because of affirmative action. The whole hype behind the Firm is because of affirmative action. Those 4 members were the core group.
Yes.
This guy's I think this guy's Dr. Dre, bro.
Yo, we're back on this shit. The commission.
What I'm trying to say is that I'm such a fan of Cormega that I think that he absolutely would have made a difference. And like you just mentioned, Memphis Bleek and Caesar Leo, like they're not real artists. Like they only spit verses here and there. They're not. Right. They don't have.
That's what I want you to understand. That's what I want you to understand.
You're not understanding 5. You're not getting that they're not real hip hop legendary artists like a Cormega.
To you, maybe to me, Memphis Bleek and Cormega are the same thing.
Nah, come on, stop playing. He's playing right now.
Your argument is very, very, very hollow, man.
Nah,
you're not putting no type of like credence on the
You're
simple fact that
overselling Cormega to be
Not
bigger
at
than he
I am
was.
not. I am absolutely
Not
not.
at all.
We should
Not
call
at
this
all.
the Core Mega episode.
Mega's an artist. Caesar's an entertainer, kid. Big difference, bro.
Yo, I
Big
can't
difference.
argue with you no
Check
more because
the sales
you're
for
not making
Caesar
no
Leo's
sense.
album, The Adventures of
Caesar
Caesar
Forget
Leo.
the sales, Five. Forget the sales.
Maybe that's the
Yo,
problem.
this guy is
Again,
tripping,
maybe that's
yo.
the problem, that you
This
guys
guy is
continue to look at things
tripping.
from the artist's point of view,
This
and I'm
guy
looking
is
at it from a business point of
tripping.
view.
No, you're not.
Think
You're
bigger,
looking
bro.
at it from
Think
your
bigger.
biased point
That's
of
what I
view.
think. Anyway, the commission. They would have failed. They would have flopped too.
Nah, stop.
Nah.
Man.
Wow.
I don't think so.
What?
Come on now, man.
Do you think the commission would have created any internal strife?
As far as between who?
Any of them?
Well, it probably could have
Maybe
created an internal
maybe,
strife in the
Big and J
label.
would have competed. The competition would have got so heavy it would have caused.
If
aggression.
anything,
Maybe Charlie Baltimore would have come between the two of them.
I think no. I was gonna say, if anything, I think the beef would have been internalized more so between Puff and Big, and it would have been. I think that
and
would
the
have came out
label.
more
No,
than anything.
you know where I beg to differ. I think the beef would have came between with Jay representing Foxy and Big representing Kim. At some point, there would have been, like a riff right there between the girls.
I don't think so.
I think.
Or
there
Charlie,
was-
But neither
or
were
Charlie
involved.
being part of the commission
Yeah,
and
exactly.
him not
But-
being a part of it.
But
You know what I'm saying? In terms of the
fact is
label.
Big and Fox weren't fucking with each other, and Big and Jay-Z were
Yes,
Mhm.
but they had nothing to do with the
with
commission.
the commission, correct? But I believe with them two, coming together on the album, I believe there would have been a riff there, right there.
But they came together mad times on different songs. Why wasn't there a riff there?
Right, but they never came together on the album. It's different, bro. Like you feature on a song, I feature on yours, but
I don't know. No, I'm just trying to understand your point. But while we're here,
Mhm.
that's another one on my list. Thelma and Louise.
Oh yeah, that would have been something.
So who was Thelma and Louise?
The
Big and Fox?
the Kim and Fox album.
Oh, Big and Fox. I said Kim and Fox. Thank
Y'all
you.
never heard about that?
Yeah, I did.
mm-mm.
I don't think I ever heard about that.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
didn't.
back in the day when they first came out, before the beef, when they were still cool or possibly cool, I think they were on a couple remixes together.
Yeah.
A Total remix, I think.
Uh huh.
I remember that. So they were still cool, and there was just talks that they would drop an album together, and it would be titled Thelma and Louise.
That would have been pretty crazy.
Yeah, I always thought that would have changed. That would have changed a lot of shit in hip hop, because that beef.
It would have changed hip hop, yeah.
Yeah, that beef was always crazy to me. They never really had a reason to beef other than they were just both trying to be the queen, I guess. That's like Jay and Big beefing. You know
Correct.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It never really made sense to me. And also the fact that, like Black just mentioned, the men in their lives were cool. And
Exactly.
it wasn't like, Big wasn't trying to steal Foxy. Jay wasn't trying to steal Kim.
Right.
It comes down to the saying that cooler heads would have prevailed. You know what I'm saying? And everybody would have got along.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
think that, yeah.
It didn't.
No, I know, because obviously it never materialized because of,
Oh, for the album.
yeah.
Right. Well, that's the thing. The album was rumored before the beef, so there was no need for cooler heads to prevail, because they were cool at the time. Once they got uncool, the idea of the album went out the fucking door.
Well, did they beef before Biggie died or after?
I think before.
Did they?
Yeah, I think it was like when their albums dropped or some shit.
Yeah.
Like
by
around,
that
around the
point.
time of
But
their
Biggie
albums.
was dead. Biggie was dead by then, wasn't he?
No, when Little
Oh,
Wayne's
no,
first
no,
album
no,
was
no,
dropped.
no, no,
96.
no. Yeah.
I think
97. Yeah.
in both of their album artworks, they wore like the same fucking Gucci jumper or some shit.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what sparked the beef. I remember that being like a conflict.
Yeah,
For some
exactly.
reason,
Yeah.
somebody called somebody a biter. And
Yeah, exactly.
from there, the beef took off. But I always thought Thelma and Louise would have been a dope album. Same way I always thought Nas and AZ would have been a dope album.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a classic album.
What, Nas
Because
and AZ?
No,
Thelma and
the
Louise?
Thelma and Louise, because it would have made a difference in terms of, women in hip hop. And then not only were Kim and Foxy dope, the time around when they came out, you wouldn't be ashamed to pump a Foxy album or a Little Kim album. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you wouldn't be ashamed. So I think there would have been we as men would have embraced them together, and I think they would have dropped some classic shit.
Let me ask you a question. You still bumping hardcore?
No, but I'll bump a single from here and again. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little hard to listen to the whole album.
That's why I'm asking. This is exactly why I'm asking. That's exactly why.
But I think it's more because of the
sexual innuendo.
Yeah. For me, it's the sexual innuendo from the woman's point of view.
Right.
I don't necessarily want to hear.
Yeah, I get what
you know what I mean.
Like you don't want to hear.
You know what?
You don't want to hear.
You can play
Dreams.
Drugs all day. You can play Queen Bitch all day. You can play
Queen
No Time
Bitch,
all day.
Yeah.
From Foxy, you could play The Proposal, I think it's called.
No, The Promise.
The Promise.
Yeah.
Take You Home.
Yeah. The Promise with
Rock the
Havoc is
Bells.
amazing.
The Il Nana was dope, yeah, for real.
Mm.
And I think if they would have went with the whole Thelma and Louise concept, where they would have maybe had like some skits in there, or like formed it around the movie, formulated around the movie. I think that would have been dope. That whole concept of Thelma and Louise.
And they both die at the end.
Yeah. Somehow, they go in a blaze of glory.
No,
you want to listen to the whole thing, you know what I mean?
Both albums would have been fly, just on the strength of Big and J writing for them too, though, which we know is a fact. We know that's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, lyrically, it would have been crazy.
Lyrically, it would have been.
And at the time,
sure.
they had access to all the dope ass producers. I mean,
Exactly.
both of their first albums are evidence of that. Yeah, Thelma and Louise. I think that would have been a dope one.
True that.
Anything else on the commission?
Well, they would have, like, the production itself would have been stellar. You had already, like we said, Clark Kent, Premier, D-Dot, the Hitmen, you know what I'm saying, Ski Beats up until that point. Timberland would have got in there eventually.
Who was Uncle Paulie? Who's that?
You know who I always thought Paulie was? I always thought so, but I don't believe in the physical. I believe there isn't a real Uncle Paulie, like a real person by that name.
No, I don't know.
No, I
actually,
so.
Sounds like a great theory with and uncle, the UN. I don't know, that automatically made sense to me.
True indeed. Uncle
Yeah.
All right. Somebody hit a new hip hop folklore.
What you got, Black? Oh, did we already go around once? Or Blood? What's up with Blood?
I had mentioned the Firm album. Don't you got something?
How about Suge Knight injecting Eazy-E with AIDS?
Damn, my man went for the gusto.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't have that on my list. That's a good one.
Y'all don't remember that?
Of course.
Burns, you made a face, Burnz.
I think that's more rumor though.
You think it's a rumor?
But it is folklore. I think it is.
I guess,
folklore.
yeah.
It evolves. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it changed the course of hip hop. I mean, think about that aspect alone.
Absolutely.
If it's, you know what I'm saying, like, let's say the folklore is true, and you know what I mean, like, he got rid of one of the most prominent hip hop artists at that point.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe?
You don't believe that he did that?
Nah, not at all.
I mean, it's. I mean,
why? He already took everything from him. He had nothing left to take from Eazy-E. He already had Dr. Dre. Eazy-E was already with Ruthless, like, on his own. Why would he just? I don't see Suge Knight as the murderer. Everybody makes him out to be. I don't see him as the monster.
No.
Everybody makes him out to be.
This is why
He was a strong-willed businessman that believed in what he believed in and fought for his people.
But you know,
paid properly. Did he sometimes use some violent tactics? Yeah. Do I think he would have injected Eazy-E with AIDS?
Which is crazy.
Listen, you're talking about a gangbanger, though.
I believe more so
Coast,
that
man.
the government would have did that before I believe
Suge Knight.
Nah.
What if the government sent Suge Knight?
No way.
You think Suge Knight did it himself?
Nah. Because you know, for Suge, it was nothing to pay a doctor off and inject him.
But again,
that would have been like when they were beating him down, they would have injected him.
Nah, but you know, supposedly when it happened, though, supposedly was after Eazy suffered an accident during I believe it was an ATV, like, you know, he was motocrossing or some shit, that he ended up at the hospital for that, and apparently, you know, he had to go see doctors, get injections to his back, and apparently that's when Suge, you know, made it happen or whatnot. That's supposedly when it happened.
I don't think he has that much pull. What I think is that, you know, regardless if he did or he didn't, you're talking about somebody that got ties to gang banging his whole life. So life doesn't mean much to a dude like Suge. You feel me? Like, you know, they grew up seeing murder probably every other day out there.
Yeah, but gun violence.
Okay.
Yeah, gun violence.
And that was gonna be.
It's still an aspect
if Eazy would have got shot in a drive-by, I would have been like, yeah, man, Suge.
That's what I mean. That's what I.
Did you ever see the interview, the Jimmy Kimmel interview that he mentions that?
Yeah, I did.
That he says that?
I did.
About the dirty needles?
Yep.
Who?
Suge.
He himself says that shit.
See, yes, and that's my thing.
Jimmy Kimmel.
And this is why I also brought that up.
Maybe if I saw the video, I would have a different opinion.
This is why I brought this up. And this is why I brought this. This is why I brought this up because now, like Burnz just said, if he dies in violent gunfire, a la like fucking Tupac, right? You know what I'm saying? Now you're talking about something that could be linked to him. Oh yeah, it's plausible that he did this shit. Whereas this, somebody being injected with a fucking needle full of AIDS. I mean, damn, that's fucking sick.
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's a sociopath behavior.
Right,
that's
but the fact is,
like, so
is ordering a drive-by.
Suge at the time was
and carrying
big enough,
along with your life. That's sociopathic behavior,
enough
man.
money
That's exactly what sociopathic behavior.
I'm not saying Suge was an angel, nor
beating somebody up.
I don't think
beating somebody up, tying them up, and making them drink their own urine. Like, who the fuck does that? You know what I'm saying? You never heard that story?
Of course.
When they did that to Puffy's bodyguard. Like, come on, man.
I remember that story.
That was, you know who they did that to? Mark Pitts, kid.
But that was to send a message.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but still.
I don't know. It don't sound...
You can send a message by beating somebody up.
In my opinion, that don't sound right to me.
Well, you got to see that interview because he mentions it so nonchalantly. And it's not something that the normal person would just mention in passing, especially in an interview.
Right.
He says it like, listen, like this, you didn't hear? Like, this is what they doing out there. Yeah, they injecting people with AIDS. You didn't know about that? And he's smoking a cigar like yo, fam, like, yo, this nigga really did that to Eazy-E, yo.
Who did he say was doing that?
He just said it like, kind of like in passing, like, I don't know the context, but I know that it was brought up, and he looks mad evil. He looks mad evil just saying it, dude.
Does he look mad evil, or does he have a reputation of being evil, and that's how you see him?
Looks mad evil, fam. He looks like the devil, my nigga. Just saying it, yo. I'm not even lying.
Because he wears red, he's the devil.
If I recall correctly, Suge said it so nonchalant that he was like, yeah, you know the Eazy thing, you know, inject somebody with AIDS. He said some shit like that.
Yes,
that could mean that Eazy-E was injected with AIDS, and Suge knows who did it.
Right, and he was the one that did it.
Put the hit out.
What the fuck?
That doesn't necessarily mean that.
All right, if you hang somebody off a balcony for points and shit for royalties, you don't think that you're gonna go as far as injecting somebody? Come on, man, like that nigga's a killer, B.
I don't know.
He's a killer.
Just, I don't know. Maybe I don't think. I think Suge would have gone for a more instant death. I don't think maybe the AIDS thing, it wasn't
maybe that was the whole point.
It wasn't necessarily a guaranteed death sentence at the time because it's not like it was in the 80s. It was already in the 90s. In the 80s, you caught HIV, you were probably going to die a little.
Nah, fam.
In the 90s.
In the 90s,
the 90s too,
man. AIDS was an absolute death sentence.
Eazy-E era? Yeah, nigga.
Yeah.
Not if you caught it in time. Not if you caught it in time.
No,
but they didn't. He had
No, I know they
instantly.
didn't catch it in time. Well, that's the thing. Was he injected with AIDS?
Right.
Yeah.
Not HIV.
AIDS. They said AIDS.
I don't know.
He was injected with AIDS.
Well, again,
I think the government was more likely to do that than Eazy-E. But again, that's just how my brain works.
But what does the government have to win from that? I don't understand. Like, you know, censor. Like, you know, for that they would have injected. Well, I mean, I can't say because then it would have been a conspiracy. But
no, I don't know. I don't know. Why does the government do anything they do? Because they fucking can. I don't know. Maybe I'm just mad anti-government and pro.
I got one for you. That kind of branches off this whole Suge Knight government folklore is the story that Tupac was actually assassinated by the undercover the Rampart cops that were involved in the whole, you know, Biggie death. and it was without Suge's knowledge because they were trying to take over Death Row Records. They were actually trying to put a hit out on Suge as well, and the government may have not been directly involved, but they knew about it
and didn't do shit.
You know, the CIA, and didn't do shit. Exactly. Yeah.
No.
I was recently looking at a story that they mentioned that it's pretty crazy, yo, and it's pretty.
But that's impossible.
What do you mean?
Why?
You can't just, if I kill Puff Daddy tomorrow, I don't just take over Bad Boy.
No, exactly.
There's paperwork. There's ownership. That's a business. That's an LLC.
The lawyer that was working with Suge at the time, that he comes up in a bunch of videos. That I think he was Harry O's lawyer, as a matter of fact. David Kenner. Yeah, David Kenner. And a couple of other people are involved in it. Like, you got to see the story. You got to see the breakdown, because at first I'm like, this guy's talking shit. But like, you know how you get into a conspiracy theory and they start putting proven valid points, and you're like, damn, they start connecting dots. You're like, damn, man, it's possible. You know, it's quite possible. And it's something that we've heard before. Like, we all have heard that maybe Suge was involved in Tupac's death, you know? But then we, you know, as fans and as, you know, as hip hop elitists or whatever you want to call us, hip hop historians, you know, we always said, hey, why would Suge kill Pac? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, there was
motive.
Fernando, there was motive, brother.
Tupac was going to leave Death Row.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know, more lucrative a dead artist too, not for nothing. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but with him in the car, like, you know, it's more plausible, I think, this story, the way they spun it. What a better way
to make it look.
What a better alibi.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Suge killed Tupac. I don't necessarily.
I mean, you
agree
look
with
at
that
it that way. From
but
that,
if Suge was behind the killing, why not be in the car too?
It's possible. Yeah. You know, anything's possible. I agree. But I think the way they spun this story, it makes it a little bit more digestible. That you're like, damn, maybe Suge wasn't involved. Maybe it wasn't Biggie and Puffy. And, you know, and they even go as far as talking about a gun that Fatal Hussein had on him during, I want to say, the Biggie murder. No, because Pac got killed first, right? He had a gun on him, and it was confiscated, and then that gun was used in the Tupac assassination. That same gun.
I heard about that. I did hear about that.
I don't know about that. There was a dope documentary back in the day. You remember about the Tupac assassination?
Yeah.
When they said it was the security guard that did it, Ray.
No, but what I remember hearing about the security guard was that one of them came in between Big and Suge. I mean, I'm sorry, pardon me, Pac and Suge in an argument plenty of times. The allege or sway that say Suge had something to do with it, and then the other one was Frank, who was, you know.
Frank, yeah. But you don't remember that specific DVD?
But that he killed Pac or has something to do with that? I don't ever remember hearing that.
No, I think he was the one that put out the DVD.
Okay,
Frank,
right?
And it was the other guard that did it, Ray or something.
No, but I remember the other.
Oh
guard
yeah,
saying
the
that
cop, Ray.
Suge had reasonable, you know, like Suge had reasons and shit. That I remember.
Damn, I remember. I wish I remember the name of that DVD.
That
was one of the best DVDs.
That
it was a Moreno. If right, Moreno.
He was black. He was.
That it was two heads of security.
Black. Yeah, two heads of security.
Frank and the other guy. Cat, right. And the other guy was the one that killed Tupac.
Nah, that
or he set up, or he.
Yes.
There was that fucking DVD was really good, bro.
I'm surprised you're talking about Right Way Security, the other dude.
Reggie Wright.
Reggie Wright.
You're talking about him.
And how the whole DVD breaks down how they didn't have walkie-talkies, they had no communication, they were short.
They mentioned that. They mentioned that in the story that I'm talking about. And the dude Frank was actually an FBI undercover. FBI the whole time.
But he was the good one.
Yeah, the good one.
Frank. Yes, he was the good one. Yeah, Frank.
Right.
Yeah, he was FBI the whole time, and then he even went as far as saying, that the government knew about it. Like there was information that saying, hey, there's something big that's gonna go down in Vegas. So they told him to stay back, to hang back. He wasn't allowed to go on that trip. And he, like government knew things, that was part of the whole cover up. It's crazy, yo. It's a crazy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send y'all the link for that.
Yeah, send me that shit.
Y'all can give me your opinion.
Yo, but I don't remember hearing that Frank was FBI, Fernando. Where'd you hear that?
Yeah. Well, it was in the movie, as a matter of fact, in All Eyes on Me. right? Was it All Eyes on Me?
I don't know. I didn't watch that movie.
It was in the movie. There was somebody that was down with Death Row that was an FBI agent.
Yeah, but FBI is known to have been tailing Pac when he passed and shit, just like Big too, same shit.
No, but I'm talking about one of the security guards was an actual FBI agent, like actually FBI. It wasn't in All Eyes. I mean, it was that last movie that came out with
Murder Rap.
with Johnny Depp.
Johnny
Depp.
Oh shit.
No,
yeah,
City of Lies.
Oh, City of Lies. Yeah,
but I don't think
yeah,
it was Frank though, dog. I doubt it was Frank, man.
Well, I'm gonna send you the link, and I'm not sure if I got it mixed up, but I know it's one of the big security guards. He's light skinned and he's pretty diesel. And then the other dude, Reggie Wright, he was the mastermind behind it. He had the other Spanish cop down with it,
right,
and a couple of other cats that were involved. But the dude Reggie was that dude was no bueno. Like he even did bank robberies and everything.
Yeah, that was that whole Rampart
right.
team that was down with them and Death Row and all that.
Right.
Speaking of Tupac, do y'all remember hearing about a Jay-Z diss song to Tupac that never came out?
No.
No.
Yeah, that I don't recall.
Yeah, supposedly, no, I never heard it. It never came out. But the folklore or the rumor is that Jay-Z had recorded some type of diss to Tupac after Hit 'Em Up, some type of reply. And for whatever reason, it never came out, and it got locked up in a vault somewhere.
So it still exists theoretically.
Theoretically, if it got locked up, if it hasn't been destroyed, I think it exists. I think Jay is petty enough to have done that. And with the recent release of a Nas track where he actually threw some shots at Tupac, it makes me more believe that Jay
has that in stash.
Yeah.
What track is this that you're talking about with Nas?
I have to look for the name of it, but it just came out recently. Like it just leaked. It's a really old song, but it just leaked recently.
I remember reading it on IG, but I never heard.
Yeah, I never heard the track either. Something about like something to the effect of the type of nigga Tupac want to be like, some shit like that.
Oh shit!
It says,
Speaking of diss tracks, another hip hop folklore involves your favorite rapper,
Drake.
Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
What
now I'm glad you know that he's your favorite rapper.
Yeah. What song? Who went at him?
The diss track that he supposedly wrote for Push and Kanye. That what's his name? Jay Prince told him, we can't release this. It's too volatile. We don't get in the mess with the pigs. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Y'all didn't hear about that? I know.
Yeah,
I know Burnz.
I think I did hear about that. Yeah.
My thing is this: if there's a diss track out there so bad and you wanted to end the beef, why not fucking drop the A-bomb, bro?
Because your OG just told you not to.
That's pussy.
Yeah, Drake
and also sometimes you have to be above beef, man.
Dog, Drake doesn't have that fucking thug bone
in
his body to drop
what if
some shit like
the
that.
song?
Stop it, bro.
What if the song contained evidence
of infidelity?
Of him fucking Kim
K?
Who was Kanye's wife.
And
right now the repercussions of that,
irreparable.
The ripple effect of that go way beyond hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They go into families and that'll affect the family for a generation or two. You know what I'm saying? If that divorce happens, now the kids get PTSD.
They are divorced anyway.
I mean, they got divorced, but they didn't get divorced because of a Drake lyric.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Jay Prince, being the OG, might have thought that through and been like, yo, if you put that out, now, if this nigga kills you, he has a reason to. Now you're not just, this ain't just hip hop beef. You know what I mean?
This ain't just music anymore.
Yeah. So it's possible. I don't know if Drake, if it exists or not. I mean, he put out the Duppy freestyle. And that shit was hard. So who's to say that he don't have another hard track in him? He put out back to back. That shit was hard too.
You know that Duppy, yeah. But you know that Duppy was also rumored to be written by Quentin Miller.
I said he put it out.
I know. I'm just saying.
I say he wrote it.
We're talking about Drake, right?
Okay, in your opinion,
yeah.
Or at least let me ask Blood, because I know you have an affiliation with Drake and everything. So Blood, in your opinion, if you come out with a diss record and you didn't write it, how fucking effective is that?
That's my favorite rapper. I don't know.
Drake?
Yeah. No, I'm being sarcastic.
He got excited.
What I aspire to.
Drake?
What I aspire
surprised
to.
me.
Drake.
Drake.
Again, we're in a different day and age, so I could say the same thing about a hit. Like, how effective in terms of your you standing in hip hop. Are you if somebody writes a hit for you? You know what I mean?
Nah,
I don't think that has any bearing anymore.
I'm talking about a diss
know.
record that's supposed to have certain types of emotions in it and be like, yo, I fucking really can't stand this fucking dude, so I'm gonna go out.
I
and
don't
burn
know
it.
because again, because you can hear it. Yeah, because you can hear it and be like, oh shit, he shitted on him, and then be like, yo, it was written by Quentin Miller.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
they got like, actors give emotion every day, and they don't write none of that shit.
Yeah, I mean, but again, with hip hop,
remember,
again,
Drake's
like,
also an actor. Drake,
yeah. In hip hop, it's all different. It's not what it used to be. So again, like, artists don't get judged off their own merit anymore. They get judged off their star power. You know what I'm saying? So even a diss track, I think, would still be like, damn, he fucking shitted on him, even though it was somebody else that wrote it. You know what I mean?
Like, I'll be honest,
especially for an artist the caliber of Drake, though, because we already know he doesn't write. So.
Well, the rumor is that he writes, but he gets inspiration from Quentin Miller, right? Does Quentin Miller write, like, you know, the whole 16, or you know?
I don't know. We're not there. I couldn't tell you.
That's what we don't know. So that's the argument that a lot of people would say, you know, hey, you can't box him in and say he doesn't write for himself.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't write at all. I don't even think he gets as much help as people make it out to be.
How you know?
Yeah,
that?
I don't. I just said I don't think.
Okay, so
how do you know he does?
Yeah,
I know he doesn't. He fucking whack, B.
See, you're too emotional. Why are you so emotional about Drake, though?
Yo, Drake is just fucking corny.
But look how angry you get. Look at your body language.
Drake is not my type of artist. I don't know.
No, but why does he affect you so strongly?
Yeah.
Drake does not
is it because
affect
he's
me. I
light-skinned?
just choose not to listen to him.
No.
I'll tell you this, as whack
it's
as
visibly evident that he affects you in a negative way. You have a deep-seated hatred for him.
He does not affect me. I just choose not to listen to his music.
And that's fair. You don't have to. But
fuck Drake.
Why does he bother you so much?
He's fucking corny, baby.
He's
fucking whack. He's
so
corny.
The fact that he's corny,
he's not the only corny rapper. There's mad corny rappers.
That people like him as much as they do, and he got a body of artists writing for him. He's not a real fucking rapper, bro.
Oh, so you a hater?
So you're hating on his success.
You know where I put him in the same category I put Vanilla Ice, kid. That's how I look at Drake.
You didn't have the tape for Vanilla Ice back in the day?
I won't admit to that, but anyway, I do not like Drake.
He still got it in the vault.
I know he does.
It was a record, not a tape, but anyway.
Hey,
he's definitely got it.
I don't like Drake.
Black.
But there's a lot of artists I don't like. But they don't make me feel like that. Why does he make you feel like that? Why is it so strong?
Because Drake is, this persona, that I'm this, that, and the third, and he's fucking soft as baby shit, bro. And that's what I don't like. That's what I personally.
So you think he's fronting as a tough guy?
Big time.
And
but
that's what bothers you.
When does he present himself as a tough guy?
He's not tough, bro. And then he goes around using the
I get what Biggie.
Nigga this, nigga that.
Biggie.
And he's a white boy.
I get what Black is saying.
He's half black though.
I don't give a fuck.
I get what Biggie Black is saying.
He's a fucking Jewish dude, yo. Like he's a.
But his father's black as hell.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. He's still Jewish.
I get what you're saying, Black. I get what you're saying.
That's mad ignorant, though.
Nah.
It is because of your bias.
White boy, and I'm, my nigga. This my.
But
nigga.
he's half black. Like it's a proven fact.
No, I don't give a fuck. He still shouldn't use that word. Fuck that.
You know what it is?
But
Black
no one
is a
should use
hip-hop
that
purist.
word.
Exactly.
No, Black is a hypocrite.
He's a hip hop purist. So, for Drake to claim everything that he claims, and it's true, he might not act tough in your eyes, but he does put out this persona that he's untouchable, that he's the dude. And
he's the dude.
We come from, but he's the dude.
He's the dude
because a million fangirls love him.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Fangirls.
Now, if he was the black dude from, like, if he was dark skinned Drake, I don't think he would pop as much as he had. You know what I'm saying?
That's probably a fact. That's probably a fact.
Tupac was dark skinned.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he's light skinned, so the fact that he's a pretty boy,
right.
And his whole persona. I'm not shitting on him.
It sounds
for
like
who he is. No, I'm not.
It sounds like you're hating on him for being light skinned.
No, listen.
It sounds like you're hating on him for being a pretty
famous.
boy.
Listen,
it sounds like you're hating on him because women like him.
Listen,
it sounds
he
like
could
you're
be
hating
who
on
he
him because
is.
he got mad hits.
No, I'm not. He could be who he is, but don't act like you're this fucking hip hop fucking #1 writer when you're not. If other people
I don't
wrote
think
for
I've
you
ever
feel me?
heard him say that though.
He's definitely #1 like artist.
I don't think I've ever heard him say I'm the #1 hip hop writer.
Not directly,
he is
obviously,
statistically
Burnz, but what I'm trying
proven
to say
be the
that
number one hip hop artist for sure.
He's the number one. Okay.
There's no denying the facts of the
All right.
numbers.
So you don't think in his mind he thinks he's the best rapper of all time?
Every rapper should think that.
But he's not. That's the problem.
Not in your opinion.
Not every rapper is, nigga. 99% of the rappers are not. But if you're a rapper and you don't think you're the best, why are you even doing it?
What I'm trying to say, he's not a rapper. He's an artist.
Right.
He's not a
agree with
rapper.
that. I agree with that. He's a pop artist.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So why do you?
He's the number one rapper.
So why
of all
do
time.
you guys hold him to this standard of a rapper?
Exactly.
If you know that he's a pop artist,
Right.
Not only does everybody else hold him in that light, they make arguments for him. Like, I think you could still be the number one rapper and have people write for you. No, fam. That means that you don't have any relevancy to the art form.
Right.
So
No,
why-
I
you
agree with you. This
didn't
I do
come up
agree.
with us,
that is
Spot.
correct. But why would you even give any credence
Because he's
to
put
the
in that
opinion
category.
of someone who would say that? Nigga, if somebody tells me, yo, I don't care if Drake writes, he's the best rapper
Because
ever.
it's the
I'm
same
not
thing
listening
you
to him
telling
no
me,
more.
for example, 6ix9ine is the king of New York. And I'm like, no, the fuck he isn't, nigga. When you were telling me 6ix9ine was the king of New York, I'm arguing against that. And you know, you can feel how you feel,
I
and
know
I'm feel how I
6ix9ine
feel.
is not the king of New York.
But you were making that argument whether or not you were playing devil's advocate.
Of course.
You mean
but,
I'm gonna say, nah, this nigga
but I
soft
know
as
he's
baby
not.
shit.
Anybody
My brother,
would know
but you
he's
were
not.
saying it. But you were saying
All right, well,
it. And you
were
were
a
endorsing
fool
it.
to believe me.
You
No,
were
nigga, I was trying to sell a
endorsing
podcast.
Whatever you were trying to
fuck
do,
you doing?
I'm gonna argue against that, and I'm not gonna agree with you.
As
That's
you should.
why.
Stand
That's
firm,
why I'm saying
as you
Black
should.
feels as passionate on Drake being a fucking cornball as he
A
does.
fraud. He's a fraud.
No,
He's a
yeah,
fraud.
again, and I
You feel me?
understand that. I think Lil Wayne is corny.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
I think he sucks.
but nobody said that he's
I
the
think
fucking
he's
best rapper.
What?
What?
Nah, I'm talking about on this
nah.
podcast. I'm talking about on this podcast. Nobody said
But nobody on this podcast says Drake is the best rapper.
Exactly.
you do. You do. You do.
No.
Yes, my nigga, you are a Drake
No.
fucking fanboy.
No, that's
Come on,
that-
Bob.
I don't know where this narrative
You said it
started,
yourself,
but
like,
you're wrong.
yo, I'm
Drake
a little bit like Drake.
is
You know
the
what I'm
king
saying? Like, come on.
of hip hop.
Come on, man.
Drake
but
is the
again,
king of
he's
hip hop.
not.
He is.
He's the king of hip hop, not hip hop.
Hip hop is the same thing today.
No, it
Drake is
not.
the biggest selling
No,
artist.
it is not.
So that
All
makes
right.
it
Doesn't
good. That makes
That's
it
the
dope.
problem.
Any shred
That's
of
the
fucking
problem.
difference to
Come
me.
on, man.
That's the
You
problem.
don't think hip hop is actual
I'm not
pop culture
saying
right now?
that makes him good. I'm not saying that makes him the
He
best
is
rapper.
not.
He is the biggest artist on the planet right now. And because
pop.
he is a rapper, or if he puts out an album, it falls
But
under
he's
the
not a
hip hop
rapper.
category. Wait, listen.
Listen to what he's
not a
saying, though.
If he
rapper.
puts out
He's
an
a
album
singer.
tomorrow
He's a
on
singer.
iTunes, it's going to be under hip hop.
Yes, because that's what they classified it.
So he is the
as,
biggest
but he is
artist in
absolutely
hip hop.
not. But he is absolutely not hip hop. He's the antithesis of hip hop.
That's
If
where
you will.
Big word.
That's where you're wrong.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong, buddy. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong.
He's a pop
That's
artist.
where you're wrong.
He's a
He
pop
is a pop artist,
right?
not a hip hop
But
artist.
he's labeled
Correct.
a hip hop artist.
Yes, he is labeled a hip hop
Right.
artist, but the label is incorrect. He's a singer. He's a singer. Five.
He's a pop artist. Yes, that's
My
what we
nigga,
just
can he
fucking
drop an album
said.
without fucking coming up with some fucking old bullshit ass little song? Like that's all he does. Like he come up like with little songs. He don't rap. My
He
nigga.
comes up with
He raps
catchy
because-
songs. That's what the fuck you're
Alright,
supposed
listen,
to do, my
listen,
nigga.
I'm listen.
I just think you're
It's
hating
obvious
for no
that
reason.
You get an emotion
Drake.
when we hate against
No,
him.
I don't care. I just don't understand your reasoning. I don't
obviously
understand
do.
how your mind is
You
coming to
obviously
this
do.
calculation. He's proven to be the biggest artist. I'm not, even if I wasn't a fan, and I'm not the biggest fan. Like I haven't listened to his last two or three albums,
look, a
but he's
lot
the
of
biggest
people-
artist
look, a lot
because
of
he
people
fucking
made the
moves
argument-
the needle the most. He sells the most.
Currently,
he's the
yes.
biggest artist today, right now.
Yes, he is. But he's not the.
I don't know how you can
Nigga,
dispute that.
but that
There's
doesn't
no
make-
opinion in that.
There's no opinion in the numbers that he sells, but there's
Correct.
an opinion in terms of him being the king of hip hop because you're labeling him that.
To
He is
you,
not the
to
king of
you,
hip-hop.
To you.
To you, yes. To me, yes,
To
exactly.
you.
And to
When
and to
Jay-Z
many
was
other
in
hip-hop
Drake's
purists.
position,
I
when
gotta-
Jay-Z
and to
was in
many
Drake's
other hip-hop
position,
purists.
he was the king
But
of
Jay-Z
hip-hop.
never sang though. he is actually a rapper. Nobody ever wrote for Jay-Z that we can say has been put out there. Nobody ever,
All right, I got a question
classified
for you.
Jay-Z as a singer.
I got something for you. Tomorrow, oh no, you can't fucking walk.
Again,
I was gonna say, go ask 10 people who the king of hip hop is off the top of their head. Write it down.
My nigga,
Come back.
but that doesn't make a difference.
It's a
Again,
different time of day too. You can't do that nowadays, man.
Listen, the type of time that you're on is different than the type of time that me and Black are.
Right.
So we are gonna agree to disagree.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I disagree
and that's
with
it.
you. I disagree with you.
No.
Totally.
I don't agree. I don't agree that he is the king of hip hop, but he is the biggest selling. Put it this way. I'm gonna say this. Hip hop
Of course
now.
he is.
Hip hop right now is pop culture.
Niggas,
So he
Rihanna's
is a pop
fucking
artist.
Twin.
He is a pop artist. So he is the
Pop.
greatest.
Yes.
He's the greatest selling
Pop.
artist right now. I get that. You know what I'm saying?
Pop.
But
Just because they classify him as hip hop on Spotify don't make him hip hop. You feel me?
Right.
I don't know, man. I think
know.
you guys still,
Like, you know,
still live in
I'm gonna give you a
evolutionized version of hip hop.
Yeah.
Niggas is not out here spinning on their heads and shit and standing on the corner in a cipher. That doesn't make you hip hop no more, bro.
Thing, but listen,
You can be hip
that's
hop
the
and
thing
you could be born a
because
billionaire and be hip hop.
yeah, you can. But if you write for yourself, my nigga, and you not sing-songy, you know what I'm saying?
hip hop is that now,
Yeah.
though. Like
There's-
that's what he's trying to say.
there's
Like that's what
rappers
hip
that
hop
are
is right now. It's all
sing-songy.
melodic right now. Everything
Yeah,
is with a
that's
melody
Yeah,
right now.
but there's one thing to being melodic and there's one thing to singing on the song. Like Little Baby doesn't do the same thing that Drake does. You know what I'm saying? Little Baby could be melodic and still be a rapper. And
But
write
if you
for
could
himself.
sing, why
But
not
if
sing?
you're talking about what's the song that he got? I need a one thing.
Oh, I hate that song.
Come on, man.
I
Like that's
hate
a
that
fucking
song.
reggae song, my nigga.
Oh,
Like
I
that's,
hate that song. And the
like,
beat
that's
is
a
so
little-
simple. Oh.
you know, I think it's a dope song. I'm not.
I don't
gonna
like
front,
it. I don't
but,
like it, dog.
You know, it's a nice song, but it's not hip
That
hop.
shit is whack. But yeah, I don't like it.
Pop music.
Correct.
Yeah,
I mean,
So if he has
so
100
hip hop
of
never
those
had
hits,
reggae beats.
exactly.
listen, you gonna keep poking holes in the argument because that's what
Because
you
your argument is
want
very pokeable.
out there. No, hey yo,
You're
first
trying.
of all,
You're trying to
Listen,
stand behind.
listen.
You're trying to stand
Listen.
behind this
Hey,
fucking
yo,
brick
first of all-
wall of hip hop
No,
security and
listen.
purists.
You're
Nigga,
gonna
hip hop
keep-
evolved.
You're gonna keep seeing it how you want to see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get it because hip hop evolved, but all right, let's put it this way, right? When people were shitting on Eminem, right? Because he's a white boy and he has like these funny, quirky songs and things, I was still riding with Eminem because say what you want about him being white, whatever kind of material he put out there talking about his mom, he was still rapping his fucking ass off and writing for himself. You feel me? As corny as the song was, he was still doing his thing. My name is Slim Shady. You feel me?
So
Drake
your problem with Drake is
having
that he don't
somebody-
write for himself.
That's one problem, you know. But again, I'm not hating on him. What I'm trying to say is you can't put him on the same level as an Eminem, as a Rakim, as a Jay-Z, as
Correct.
a Prodigy.
Yeah.
But
as,
no
as,
one
as
is
a
trying to do
Cormega.
that.
You
No
can't
one
even-
is saying
yo,
that
you can't even put him in
lyrically.
the same argument with Nature, because at least Nature fucking wrote for himself. You know
But
what I'm saying?
again, you don't know how much Drake writes for himself.
Dog, the fact
No,
that
I
he
don't,
has somebody in there writing with him is enough
Yeah,
for me.
you're
What
to
if
know that
what
he's-
if the person
he's
that
white.
writes with him only writes those pop songs?
That's still not his own
I
shit.
don't think.
That's still
Yeah,
not
I
his
don't.
own
I don't
shit.
think that's. You know,
Michael Jackson
again,
didn't write every song he
Yeah,
wrote.
but
He's
Mike,
a pop
come
artist.
come on, stop being silly, Burnz. You're being silly right
But
now.
again,
man.
if Drake is
Yeah,
a pop
he's
artist,
making-
he's
playing
comparable
devil's
to
advocate.
Michael Jackson.
but it's
More
different.
so than to Tupac.
R&B songs are different. They consist of writers.
Correct.
Hip hop, rap, you write your own shit. That's part of
you
it.
write your own shit.
There you
But
go.
if
Since-
Drake
since
is an
the art
artist,
form-
but if
since the
Drake
art
is an
form started.
artist,
yes,
and he
yes,
puts out an
yes,
R&B
since
song,
the art form started.
and someone else wrote that R&B song, what's the problem?
But it's the same thing somebody else writing his rap song. It's still the same shit.
But if Michael Jackson put out an R&B song, and somebody else wrote it for him, it's not a problem.
Not at all, because it's been like that from day one.
But Drake is a pop star.
Right.
not a rapper.
But Drake
Right.
fronted
So why
like,
are
yo,
you
I
still
write my
holding
own
him
shit
to these standards of
because
rapper?
he was fronting
Because
like
you
writing
just
his
said that
shit.
he was the king of hip
The
hop.
thing is, how you gonna
Because
hold him?
he's the king of music, my nigga. You can't be the king of the whole music and not be the king of hip hop. Obviously, he's gonna be the king of hip hop. That's like
But
saying
how-
you're the
how-
MVP of the league and you're not the MVP on your
no,
team.
that doesn't transition. That doesn't transition. It
Of
doesn't.
course it does, because
absolutely
he came
doesn't.
from hip hop.
He came from hip hop, but the music that he's putting out is not hip hop.
But he's still viewed as a hip hop artist.
Yo, 5.
You guys are holding him to hip hop standards.
Exactly.
If
All
he's
right, let's
not,
move on to
then
the
let him
next
be a pop star.
Folklore. Let's move on to the next folklore.
Next
because we're
folklore.
gonna be stuck on Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Because,
we're already running out of
know?
time.
Yeah.
Nas and DJ Premier album.
Ooh,
That
we're still
would've
waiting
been-
on that shit.
Yeah,
Still waiting
that's
big
still
time.
that's still one of the ones that's up in the air. Scheduling conflicts supposedly is what's
I
holding.
don't. I hate that.
I know, but
Especially in this day and age where artists create albums like never having stepped in the same room.
okay,
together.
but what if for this case, for this instance, Nas holds Premier to that level and is like, no, I need to be. Or we all know how Premier works. He does custom made beats. He does it on the spot. So what if that really is the
And it would be
conflict
more
that they
organic.
can't get
Yeah.
together?
No.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
What are they both doing that they're so busy they can't get together? Especially we just went through a year and a half of lockdown.
No. I agree with you 100%.
I think.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Now,
Isn't Primo working on some projects right now? No.
He has
thought
time
he
to make
was.
fucking MOP albums and Freddie Fox albums.
now, here I come with my black facts. I got to ask Guru, Rockefeller Guru, when he came into the store 3 years back about Jay-Z and Premier. And I heard it from the horse's mouth. Guru told me, yo, that album that just came out, that 444
444.
was supposed to be the Jay-Z Premier album. But what happened? Jay was ready to go. Primo had engagements. He was on tour. And therefore, he told me, he said, yo, when Jay is ready to go, he's ready to go. And that's how he ended up doing the album with no ID. But lo and behold, Jay reached out to Primo for the album, for that to have been the album. Guru himself told me this, kid.
That would have been crazy.
Crazy.
Jay-Z and Primo.
But
I think the album still came out good though with no ID. You know what I'm saying? It's classic.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and Primo, forget about
But
it.
Nas and Primo, though, I mean, look at their back catalog and look at what they've created.
But look at all the shit that Primo's done.
Same thing with
too,
Jay
though.
and Primo.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Same difference.
Of course.
Which one would you rather hear?
I
Me?
don't know, man.
Nas and Primo.
All of y'all.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. Me, it would have been Jay and Preem.
I would have.
That's just me.
Nas and Primo. I know you.
Not
go.
to take nothing away from Nas, but I would have rather heard Jay.
An
and Preem.
album.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. But I can't say that because I'm. How about Jay, Nas, and Primo?
Yeah, that would be. You know.
No doubt.
Well, a Jay and Nas album, I think, is another folklore.
Right. Would have been dope too.
Hell yeah.
I don't care
mean-
for that DJ Khaled single they brought out though. I'll be honest. I didn't care for that one.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Two quick ones
It has
that,
its ups and downs.
that we won't stay on long because y'all probably don't have nothing to say about them. But a Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole album has been rumored for a few years.
Yeah, I did. I knew about that.
I think that would be super fire.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
This guy did produce Section 80. J. Cole. He
J.
produced.
Cole?
He produced a lot of Section 80 for Kendrick Lamar.
Somebody say he produced all of it.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. I've heard most of it, like I said, but yeah, that kind of already happened.
No,
But
I mean,
how many songs did he rap on?
Oh, that's
I
what
mean,
you mean, yeah.
album where
like a
they're
joint
both
album.
rapping.
Yeah. Okay.
Duet
Yeah,
album.
yeah. Well, also Cole wanted to sign Kendrick.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't. It's
Is Cole big
it'll
enough
be
to sign
cool.
Kendrick?
He was I don't know. He was looking.
He
to-
was before Kendrick was Kendrick, but I
Yeah.
think Kendrick is.
past his prime thing.
In
In your opinion?
my opinion, Kendrick is severely overrated, and I think his only good album was his first album,
His only good album.
Diary.
Wow.
Kid, Mad City.
No, that was a great
Good
album.
Kim, excuse me, Diary.
Yeah.
Good Kim,
I
City.
didn't like any other album. Section 80 was cool.
Yeah, Section 80 was
you
good.
know, as a mixtape.
Yeah.
And Good Kid,
What
Mad City
about,
to me is a classic album.
Well, but
Damn,
Section 80
that
is
was pretty
considered
dope.
an album, though.
Like a 5 mic album.
You heard? Section 80 is
Well,
considered
it was
an
re-released as an album.
Right.
An independent album, let's say.
Right.
But
didn't like his album,
official
Damn?
releases. No. I
You didn't like it?
No.
Really? I thought that was a dope
I
ass
didn't
album.
like
man.
that one. I didn't like To Pimp a Butterfly.
And
I didn't like
I'm not even a big
Unfinished
fan
one.
of Kendrick's, but I thought that album was pretty dope.
No, I don't know. I don't.
You got some
Everything
hits on
after
there.
that first album for me has been downhill. But maybe them two together could do something dope. I don't know. They had there was a Black Friday where they both put out a song featuring the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were both dope. So I don't know. Maybe them two together make dope music.
Absolutely.
Well, Section 80
Yeah.
was dope, so that would prove
exactly.
it. And they've collaborated on these albums, on Cole albums and on Kendrick albums. So
Exactly.
yeah, I think that would be dope.
Like Forbidden Fruit was dope on Born Sinner.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
It would be dope for hip hop too.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering they are part of the Holy Trinity right now,
Right.
I think so. They are.
No, I'm just laughing because the other third is
It's Drake. Yeah. It is.
I got no comment.
I mean, fuck it. Fucking comment. It don't matter where your comment is. That's
He's still
the
part of the
proven
Trinity.
fact. Yeah.
He is though.
In hip hop right now, that is the top three. Those are the top three biggest artists.
Exactly. Whenever they drop, they're all everybody's checking.
And they're considered the three best.
Yeah.
Not my opinion. Just
Yeah.
general consensus in the
Exactly.
hip hop culture.
That still don't mean shit.
Really,
Anyway.
even with all these new artists that are out, like like a Little Baby, like Little Durk.
Yeah,
right
still.
now,
They're
at
still
this
considered?
very moment, they are the
The
Trinity.
Trinity.
They're
Yeah.
the top three.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when they drop, shit shakes. Shit
Yeah.
moves. Shit stops.
Yep.
So that new Drake album that's going to drop within the next few weeks, it's going to stop the world.
Now,
Again,
is that
not
Folklore
my
or is
opinion.
that coming out?
Not my opinion, just how the music industry moves. And he's a big artist, the biggest artist. And when his album drops, it'll be a
Folklore?
big deal.
Is that considered Folklore or is that coming out?
His album?
Yeah, Certified Lover Boy.
At this point, it seems like Folklore.
It depends though, because time moves so much faster now. So a year in now time
Yeah, it's like
is
10
equivalent to 20 years in 90s time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it could be considered
Yeah.
folklore until it comes out, yeah.
years.
Another new age, newer stuff. When Nipsey Hussle died, rest in peace. Nipsey Davies said he had a bunch of songs recorded with Nipsey for a
Yeah.
mixtape they were
Mhm.
gonna come out with,
Mhm.
and he says he still got them, but he'll never put them out.
That's
Damn,
terrible.
Yeah, so that sucks.
Did y'all hear
that would have
about?
been dope.
I know this is going a little off, but the government owned the Wu-Tang album, and a private owner bought it again for another $2 million.
Yeah. Yeah, they confiscated it.
They confiscated it from Martin Shkreli,
No
Yeah.
shit.
the government.
Yeah,
and
because
then
he
they
was found
auctioned it.
guilty for selling prescription drug at like a super exaggerated price.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so they locked him up for that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, so it got sold.
Well,
again.
that album I think is hip hop folklore too, because we've yet to hear it.
Right.
Although we know
Yeah.
it
It
exists,
exists,
it's
yeah.
an actual thing and it's out there. Someone owns it and someone
Yeah.
can play it. But
Right.
hip hop as a community, we never got to hear it,
Nah, we didn't. No.
and that sucks.
I was just mentioning, was it
Although-
to you, Burnz, that Go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought.
I was just gonna say that sucks. We never got to hear it, but it's probably not that good.
Why do you think that?
Because
If you watch the documentary, they say that
They try to downplay it. They really
Golden
do.
Rings produced it.
Silver Rings.
Silver Rings. He's the one that created the album, and he produced it, and he paid the artist to feature on the album.
Yeah.
So they were paid features for an artist that they already didn't like,
Yeah, they really
because they didn't
with
fuck
him.
with this kid. They
Yeah.
only fucked with him because he was connected to the RZA. So if
Exactly.
you're paying them to be on your album and they really don't like you, they may not deliver their best verses. And also, it's a Silver Rings produced album.
Yeah, it's not RZA.
So I don't know. It's just what you're getting there. Like those two factors make me think it may not be the best album. And the last 2 or 3 Wu-Tang albums weren't that good.
Not only that,
that
to think
sucks,
that
man.
this kid Silver Rings was a RZA fucking protege. Like,
Yeah.
what did RZA see that everybody else didn't? You know what I'm saying? To dislike him so much, because Ghost
he
said he
bumped into
couldn't
him
fuck with him.
overseas.
Huh?
He bumped into him, so he bumped into him overseas, like when the RZA would do touring
Yeah, I know.
overseas.
I know.
So it was probably like his connect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know, in that particular country, is he like Arabic or Middle Eastern or something like that?
He's
like
he's from like Europe. I want to say London or
Yeah.
some shit, but yes, I think he's from Arab descent.
So he could have been his connect, you know, in Europe or wherever, you know, that whatever country
for
was
the
at the time, and
for the hashish.
you know, for whatever, you know.
While we're
Sometimes
here
you
on the
connect with
RZA,
people in different ways.
Yeah.
While we're here on the RZA,
before you bring that up, I was gonna say that that album. I was talking to somebody the other day, and it could be considered like the first NFT type project. You feel me? Like one of those. It's like a digital.
But it's an actual hard copy.
You know,
it comes in a tremendous box.
It is, but you know, it's you're buying the rights to the album, so you could mass produce it, I believe, right? Or was that
you can't.
a clause?
Nah, I don't think you can.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. That was a clause in the original sale from Wu-Tang to Martin Shkreli.
Yeah.
Was that a clause in the sale from the government to whoever bought it?
Right. Yeah,
That's
because
different because now this is no longer the original sale or the original negotiation contract, whatever.
Exactly.
I don't know. Anyway,
So
while
go
we're
ahead.
here on the RZA, we got Bobby Digital the album. We never got Bobby Digital the movie. And I remember seeing pictures from the set of the movie.
Yeah. That would have been crazy too.
Yeah, that would have definitely been crazy.
Because
So that's just another bit of folklore.
look at the Man with the Iron Fist. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine what Bobby Digital could have been.
Yeah, I think that movie would have been sick, especially because RZA on that album was like still
RZA.
dusted.
Yeah, nah, he was out there.
So I think the movie would have been crazy. It was about some
It was
ninja
some
that gets
shit.
superpowers or some shit. And
Yeah,
he turns
yeah.
into a crime fighter. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything else for hip hop folklore while we wind down?
We
We really only have one more that we haven't talked about.
all right, go ahead. What you got?
Well, before we get to it, do y'all have anything else?
I got a few.
What you got?
I got Two-Face, Tupac and Scarface album.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I do
and
remember
while
that.
you're there, Brad meets Mac,
Yep.
Scarface
yeah.
and Beanie Siegel album.
Beanie Siegel, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I got. You remember Murder Music, the original bootleg?
Of the album.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, of the album Mobb Deep, and then they dropped a different version
Yeah.
when it actually came out.
The bootleg was way better.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Agreed.
just like you know, I don't know if that's your last pick for you, Burnz, but another album that came out like that was bootleg.
No, it's not my last pick, nigga. Talk.
No,
No.
okay. Oh, my bad. Okay, so Nas,
Right.
when he was gonna drop I Am
Right.
originally,
Yeah.
it was bootleg, and it was as big as I think it could have been a double album if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it would have been.
Right.
It would have been.
With
Would that have been the first double album before Life After, or was that after?
No,
That was after, right? Yeah, okay.
It was
Yep.
before. Oh no, it was after.
It was
No,
after.
yeah,
It
it
was
was
after. It was
Yeah,
after.
I'm lying.
It
was
would have been
after.
the best double album.
Right. No, I wouldn't say the best. It would have been better than the double album that Nas ended up bringing out later that I have yet to hear. But I think Nas played himself in not having released it as a double album. That's what I think.
Well, he
Well, it was
played.
a label.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know
it
it
was
was
the label.
leaked, but I personally
yeah.
think it would have done different things for his career. That's just my opinion.
No,
What-
I
all
think so
agree
as
with that.
well.
What about
I
what
think
about
so as well.
what about the original Murdergram, Murder Inc? You know what I'm saying? DMX,
Murder Grab.
DMX,
DMX, Jay-Z.
Ja Rule,
shit,
and Jay-Z.
True.
Yeah.
Murder Inc. You're right.
Oh,
you're right.
okay.
Yeah, that would have been
Murdergram.
crazy.
Nah, you're right.
Yeah,
Shit, I didn't
you know
even
what
think
I'm saying?
about that hard.
Hell
You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
That would have been dope.
That would have been really dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That would have been
Especially at the time, they were both. They were like the Holy Trinity.
Right.
At that
At
time.
that
three,
time,
right.
yeah.
Fuck
Because
But nah, yeah, at the time they were, they were the Holy Trinity. Word indeed.
at Ja Rule was on his way up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I got another one.
Ja Rule used to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But
He
he was
did.
a lot doper though.
He did.
Interesting.
Yeah, he would write his own rhymes, by the way.
Did he write his own songs?
Yeah, he did. Yep. I know
He's
that for a
definitely
fact.
not.
Seven,
know
the
that for
producer,
one of
didn't
the
write
best
any of them?
hip-hop artists
You know that for a
ever.
fact? You were there?
Seven, the producer, fly producer, dope as hell.
You were
He's
there?
He's definitely not.
You were there when
one
he
of the
wrote it?
hottest
You helped him?
rappers though.
What?
Ja
Oh,
Rule.
sorry.
You said you know for a fact that he wrote everything.
You know what I know?
Were
for
you
a
there?
Fact? I know for a fact that Seven used to model his production after your boy Prince. I know you were a big Prince fan.
Yeah, he even
Yeah.
used to try to look like
Yup.
it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he looked.
True
Okay.
story.
But you're deferring.
Yeah, you're
You said
deflecting.
Ja Rule
No,
for a
I'm just
fact
saying
wrote
that.
everything.
Yeah, I know.
How
that
do you
for a
know this?
fact, because I know that.
Were you
bro.
there?
Wasn't no Quentin Miller cat
Okay. Oh.
in the studio.
No, I'm just saying.
Feel know what I mean? Like,
as a journalist, I have to make sure your theories are
of course, 1,000%.
His journalistic integrity
1,000%.
is on the line.
Of course.
Go ahead, Blood. You got any more?
Fantastic Four, Common, Talib Kweli, Pharoah Monch, and Black Thought.
You got any
That
more?
would have been insane. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I skipped over it.
Over the Fantastic Four, you don't think that would have been dope?
I think a lot of people wouldn't care about that.
What? Really?
The last one I got is
Oh man, you tripping, man? Come on, Common, Talib, Pharoah, and Black Thought.
Sounds
like
like
hip-hop
an
elite right
underground
there.
album.
I mean, it could have been considered. I mean, depending on when they would have dropped, I think it could have made some waves, man.
Today, if they would drop, I think it would be a drop in the ocean.
Well, I mean,
Blood, I'm
because
just
they're
fucking
all
with you.
past their prime.
I was going to say, but when you said the final four, I thought of the four horsemen: Cam, Pun, Cannabis, and who was the fourth one?
Nature. No.
No, my man from Wu-Tang.
Killer Priest?
Killer Priest.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, it was Killer Priest.
It was Killer Priest.
It was Killer Priest, yep.
Cameron, Big Pun, Cannabis, and Killer Priest?
No, the Four Horsemen was not Big Pun or
Oh,
Cameron.
it was the Fantastic Four. I said the Fantastic Four.
The Four Horsemen was Killer Priest, Cannabis, and two other cats. It wasn't Big Pun or Cameron.
But they had a song, no? The Four Horsemen?
Right, no,
with Big Pun and Cameron?
Fantastic Four. Featuring with Nori on it.
Oh, Nori was the fourth one.
Yeah,
oh, okay. I'm confusing them. My bad.
It's not the Four Horsemen, though.
How about last one before we move on to yours? Child Rebel Soldier. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They don't. You never heard of that?
I heard of it.
It was Lupe, Kanye, and Pharrell.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
I think they would have did dope things.
I think so too.
I think the time has passed though, and no one would be interested in that.
Yeah, now, obviously. But back then, when it was rumored to, come to fruition, the only song that is proof of that even existing is Everybody Knows.
They had another song though.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Was
they
it better than Everybody Knows?
It was tremendously boring.
Really?
Yep.
Because Everybody Knows.
It sounds boring though. Lupe, Kanye, and Pharrell.
How does that sound boring? I don't understand it.
I don't know. It sounds boring to me.
Murder Music Mook? Yeah, that sounds boring, bro.
Come on, man.
That's not even hip hop.
I would have checked for it.
I got one for you. I got a couple
They
more.
wouldn't have one gun on that album. That's not hip hop.
I don't know.
Helter Skelter.
According to
Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. 5.
Who?
Yeah. I remember that.
Dr. Dre
Oh
and Ice
yeah, I
Cube.
remember that. I do remember
That shit would have been crazy.
They came out. They came out with a couple tracks.
Yeah, I remember the video.
Yeah.
It was dark, yo.
Yeah.
For a West Coast song.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about West Side Connection yesterday for some reason, and how that was a super group that did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they should have had more traction though.
They were
they were pretty big.
When they came out, they were big. We
Yeah.
just were in the midst of the East-West
Yeah.
beef, and as East Coast artists, I don't think we
As
gave
East
them
Coast
enough
residents,
attention.
Yeah, right.
I remember listening to that album in Oklahoma, and I remember feeling like a traitor. Because somebody else was playing it, and I was there listening to it, and I remember the intro and everything. And the intro, they talking mad shit about the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I shouldn't be listening to this.
Traitor.
Anyway, speaking of the West Coast, and speaking of Dr. Dre, that brings me to the final hip-hop folklore, probably the biggest one, and probably the one we'll never get, Detox.
Yeah, man.
Do y'all believe that we already got Detox?
We got different iterations. I think we got Detox many times.
Yes.
That's what I think.
I agree. I think we got served Detox on many different plates as opposed to getting it as the
whole
pizza pie that it was.
Right. That's what I believe.
I think some of it is on Game's documentary.
Yes.
I think
Compton, the
50s, Get Rich or Die Trying got some of it. Compton, the album, got
Compton,
some
the
of it.
album.
I think Eminem got some of it.
Yeah. What was the other one?
Wasn't Detox?
I even believe we got it. We got some of it on 2001.
Nah.
Really? But
No,
wasn't
on
Detox?
2001
When was
when he
that?
announced Detox.
Yeah, he announced it. Yeah. In 2001.
You know what I'm saying?
What were you gonna ask, Blood?
I was gonna say like when he put out the announcement and it was after 2001.
on one of those at the end of one of those songs. So look out for Detox.
So
Yeah.
I think that he still has that he left that window open though, because look at how long it took for 2001 to come out.
Right.
You know.
True.
Yeah.
If it came out, if you found out tomorrow it comes out next week, would you care?
I would.
Yeah, I would
hell
absolutely
yeah.
listen to that shit.
Yep.
I
You
think
know,
everybody
now
would.
it's all different, so it's all like DSP, so you would stream it, you know, but
I
I would
believe-
absolutely stream it.
I'll tell you like this. I believe at this point, it's built up. It'll never. I will say this. It'll never live up to the expectation. That's
You don't think so?
That's a fact. That is 100% fact that it will not live up to our expectations. That's number
No,
one.
I don't. I think that that's a statement made just from pure.
Well, it depends
I
on your
guess-
expectations.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
me
you know.
personally,
Go ahead.
I wouldn't give two shits if he announced it and if it came out next week. So I would have very minimal expectations. So
What
if
if
it was
Drake was
I,
on it?
I'll be like, oh, it's pretty good.
What if it featured Drake?
Don't care.
Right.
It's the Dre.
Aspect of it.
Yeah, I've said it on this
You don't fuck with Dre?
on this podcast a few times. I think Dre's overrated.
I think this was going to be my second point. One, it will never live up to the expectation. Number two, I think everybody will listen to it because we've been waiting for it for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I would listen to it.
Right. But that's
it's like,
your
damn, it finally came
curiosity
out.
is
Yeah.
your only
Yeah,
motive, not
exactly.
because you're actually interested. Curiosity is the motive.
Correct.
That's
and
what
I
believe.
think a lot of people would feel like me.
That
I
they
don't know
wouldn't
about
give
that.
a fuck that
See,
it came out. I think a lot of people
That
would
curiosity
wanna hear
would be
it.
more of the leading
Factor?
reason for listening
Right.
than
Oh, of
genuine
course.
interest.
But it's a different day and age. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If
No, I
you
know.
hear,
I evolve with the
I don't know.
times.
Yeah. No, I agree. But if you hear any artist
I'm
from
not
back in the
still
day is
stuck on
coming out
like
with an
Cormega
album,
and shit.
no, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, you have an open mind in terms of hip hop, right? And you listen to artists from everywhere, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
But you hate on the old school.
Negative.
You tell, yes, you do. You
Negative.
tell us, hey, get out of the 90s. You're stuck in the 90s, and we can't help it because that's when the best to us hip hop.
But I agree with
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
I don't hate on the 90s, bro.
My brother,
think the
you
90s
tell us,
had the best
you
albums.
tell us that Biggie and all these other artists from back in the day that we should listen beyond that, and we should embrace the newer artists. Yeah, we do I do anyway in certain ways, but they'll never reach that caliber of hip hop because
But I'm never
they've already
telling.
hit that plateau.
But I'm never telling you to not listen to Biggie. I'm just telling you to listen to other stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but
Just
that's what
open your
that's,
ears.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, you got to open up your ears because Cormega obviously is a fucking legend.
Cormega's dope,
and if
bro.
you don't agree, okay, I was gonna say,
Cormega's
I was
dope.
gonna say, my bro.
I'm not saying that. I've
but
never.
Dr. Dre,
I think I said it 100 times. I'm not shitting on Cormega.
to go
He's
back
got
to Detox real
probably
quick.
3 classics out. classic
To go
albums.
back to Detox real quick, I think that if Dre put it out today, I think it would absolutely be insane. It might not surpass certain people's expectations, but it's kind of like when he dropped Chronic 2001. You didn't know what to expect, and you're like, "Damn, is it going to be better than the Chronic?" And when it came out, it was the most insane project that you could think of to put out at the time.
At the time.
He still has music to this day off that album that, I could go back and listen to 100 times. The whole album is fire.
Yeah, but what about the people that say
story.
that Melman
True
produced
story.
that album?
Yeah, but
Scott Storch.
you're saying two different things though. You're saying you don't, Dr. Dre is overrated maybe as a producer. He might take other people's beats, but as an artist, I think he's absolutely dope. He puts out dope fucking projects.
But he didn't write.
He don't write his rhymes.
Yeah,
though.
he don't write his
we
rhymes.
know that.
Yes,
though.
but he still
He's
puts
a
out dope
producer.
projects. I'm not
He's a
putting him in
producer,
the
though.
lane with the dopest rappers of all time, but I'm going to tell you that Chronic 2001, I might listen to over a Cormega Testament. You feel me? Or maybe even over a Nas album, because Chronic 2001 is just that dope.
Or maybe even over a Drake album,
Absolutely
forbid.
over a
Right.
Drake album.
What I think is that
So if you're an artist, it don't matter if people write your rhymes, even if you're
Very different. If you're a
categorized
producer,
as
if you're a
hip-hop.
producer, if you're categorized as a producer, you come in the game as a producer, then of course, doesn't matter if people write your rhymes.
But once you start rapping, you're no longer a producer. Now you're an artist.
No, sir, because you came in as a producer, just like Puffy and Drake. So yeah, people are gonna write your rhymes.
Yeah,
So
like,
you're always
I
just
could
gonna
say-
be a producer.
no matter what,
I could say Puff Daddy and the Family is a dope album, but I'm not going to say that Puffy is a fucking dope ass rapper.
Of course not, because
Right,
we know
'cause he
Puff
didn't
doesn't
write it.
write.
So-
Because we
right.
know Puff doesn't write.
Not only
Because
does
he's
he
an
not write,
artist.
but he even sounds a little whack sometimes to me. You feel me?
So Kanye West is not a rapper.
Well, Kanye West
I've
is in
never-
a different lane.
I'll be honest. Me personally,
He
I've
came in
never
as a
given
producer.
Kanye much credit because he doesn't write his own rhymes. So if we're gonna speak truth,
He doesn't write his own rhymes?
Nah, he
Who
doesn't.
told you that? You were
Kanye?
there?
Oh, so what's his name? The dude from Chicago that he stayed
Rhyme Fest?
producing, but who?
Rhyme Fest?
Yes, and Lupe. Yeah,
You
has
think
has
Lupe
mentioned,
wrote for Kanye?
but
He told you
Ye
that?
has
Kanye
mentioned
wrote
this
his
shit.
own shit, yo.
Ye has mentioned that Rhyme Fest writes for him and shit. I've heard that.
helped him. Yeah, but
okay.
Kanye also gives production credits to the guy that might have been playing something like this on the fucking like this. He's like, oh, I'm gonna use that, and he
Okay.
gave him, and he'll send him a check. So
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the project. Again, that regardless of his, practices and his what's the word that I'm looking for? Anyway, regardless of how he puts out the material, it doesn't take away from the project. It's still dope. It could have been fucking Pepito from down the block that produced that shit. It still sounds fire.
what were you gonna say?
Nah, I don't know. It all sounds like hypocrisy. Y'all let whoever y'all like. It don't matter if they right or not, and whoever
Listen,
y'all don't like,
I
it
said,
matters if they
I'm
right.
not,
But
I'm not changing
that's
my
what it
opinion.
What are you
with
talking
Kanye.
about, though? My man's butthurt because we don't fuck
That's
with
what it
Drake.
sounds like.
I
No,
don't
I
get it.
don't care if you don't fuck with Drake or not. It's just if you're gonna be one way, be one way.
What do you mean, though? I'm not putting Dre in the best hip hop artist category. I'm just saying he has a fucking dope ass album.
But it
Or
doesn't matter
he
if he don't
puts out
write his
dope
lyrics.
albums. But what
Because
does that have
he's
to
an
do
artist.
with me classifying him as was the best hip hop artist or not?
Because he's an artist.
Yeah,
He's an
but so
artist.
what?
He's not a rapper.
But so what are you saying? What's your argument?
How come he gets away
that I don't
with
put
not
Drake
writing
in that
his
one?
lyrics because he's considered an artist?
Who gets away?
Drake.
Drake,
Or
Drake.
Puff.
Dre,
Or
or Puff.
Dre, but
But
Dre
what are
is
you
a
saying?
producer.
Because I think
They are
Drake
producers
has
until they
dope
start
albums.
rapping. Now they are artists.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You saying that
I'm saying
I
how
don't put
come
Drake in the same
it
lane?
doesn't matter if Puffy and Dre don't write their own lyrics, but it matters that Drake doesn't write his own lyrics.
But I don't consider them rappers.
Right.
I don't
You
consider
consider them
Dre
artists.
and Puffy rap. Yes, they're
Entertainers.
artists.
I'll go as far as
Is
entertainers.
Drake not an artist or an entertainer?
Yes.
So why do
He's
you
not a
hold him
rapper.
to the rapper standard?
Because he proclaims
Because
that
he
he's a
claims
rapper, that
it.
he writes his rhymes when
And
we know
you
he doesn't
say-
write his
and
rhymes.
Other people put him in
I
that
don't
vein.
know.
The best rapper of all time, the king of hip hop. No,
don't-
you fucking not, sir.
I don't know who's ever
No,
claimed
you're
him the
not.
best rapper of all time.
You do, nigga. You fucking.
No, I never
You got
said
hip-hop
he's the
quotables
best
on that
rapper.
nigga.
The
You
most
just said he was the king of
successful,
hip-hop.
yes, and he is.
he's
From
not. No, he's
a
not.
business standpoint,
From
yes,
a
he is.
business standpoint, thank you for
I
clearing
look-
that up. Thank you.
Record sales, no.
That is where
Thank you.
all of our disagreements are occurring.
Thank
You guys are
Communication.
looking at things from
Yes.
fan standpoints or from
It's
artist
semantics.
standpoints. I'm looking at things from a business standpoint. Drake is the biggest artist in hip hop or any other genre of music.
Right now,
he is
yes.
the king of all music.
Right
By
now,
default,
yes.
that would make him the king of hip hop from a success standpoint, not from a lyrical standpoint. Not that he writes the best bars.
But by default, again, you're mistaken. Music, yes, the genre cannot be considered hip hop because again, if 80% of the music that he has in his albums is pop as opposed to rap, it's not considered, in my opinion, hip hop. Now, Dr. Dre,
But my
regardless if he
friend-
wrote his own stuff, produced his own stuff or not, 100% of the album is rap.
But my friend,
Not like, oh,
the
he got one
music
song that
industry-
he was singing on. No, 100%
the
of it.
music industry, the business, again, which is where I sit,
Yes,
categorizes
Yeah, okay.
Drake as a hip hop artist.
the music
That is not
business
my-
does.
that is not my
yes,
opinion.
because it's not your opinion now.
Exactly. That's what I've been telling you.
Well, there you go. It's not your opinion that he's a hip hop artist, but you're saying
I've
it,
been
though.
telling you all along he's a pop artist.
Well, that's what I've been telling you.
So what the fuck is the disagreement then? He's a
You
pop
keep saying
artist.
He's the king of hip hop.
Because the music business categorizes him as a hip hop artist. I told you that half an hour ago.
The same music business that doesn't have certain rap categories, and the same music business that's raping these young artists, and the same music business, fuck them.
Yeah,
fuck them.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't give a fuck what they
fuck
consider.
them and fuck Billboard too.
Yeah. I
agree.
Right. Well, thank you.
I'm not on the side of the music business. I'm not on the side of the business. I just see things through their eyes. I look at it from a business standpoint. I don't care who's the hottest rapper, who could spit the hottest 16 on the street corner. That's cute, my nigga. Can that translate into selling some fucking albums? I want to sign artists. I want to deal with artists.
When we were having the discussion, in my eyes, you were putting those narratives out there to contest what I'm saying, to go against what I'm saying, because obviously I'm going to go against the fact that he's the king of hip hop, because if he's not hip hop, how can he be the king? It makes no sense.
Because he is not hip hop in our eyes.
Exactly.
In both of our eyes. And everybody
that's what I was arguing to begin with.
Everybody in this room knows Drake is not a rapper. Drake is not hip hop. He's a pop star. He's a pop artist. He's an entertainer. He's akin to Michael Jackson. Not saying he's equal to Michael Jackson before y'all jump down my throat. Not saying he's talented like Michael Jackson. But from the way we view him, he's a pop star. He's like Madonna.
Right.
Yes.
He's in that stratosphere, yes.
Not, like Rihanna. Again, not equal to, but how, like that. Like Ariana Grande. He's like a fucking little, like the New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
Milli Vanilli, I'd say. But anyway.
But Milli Vanilli, even perfectly applicable, because they didn't write their own shit.
Right. They didn't sing their own shit either.
Absolutely.
They didn't sing their shit.
But from the business of music standpoint, he is categorized as a hip hop artist. His album comes out under the hip hop.
Yeah.
When you go to genres and you're like, what new music came out this week? Let me check out what came out for hip hop. That's where Drake's album is going to be. It's not going to be in the pop charts. Although hip hop is popular music and hip hop is pop nowadays. Hip hop is it's all the same thing.
Pop. Yeah.
So technically, statistically, from a business standpoint, Drake is the king of hip hop. I'm not saying he's the king of hip hop because I think he's the dopest rapper or he got the best bars. Obviously fucking not. Duh, nigga. He don't even write his own bars. How could that be a thing? That's like me saying Puff Daddy's the best rapper ever. How? If Biggie wrote all his bars, that don't make no sense.
Yeah, Biggie, T.I., everybody, Sauce Money.
So I hope that clarifies. And yes,
no, that's my standpoint. Yeah, of course. That's what I've been saying this whole time, arguing that's fact.
I was stating that Tekashi was the king of New York. A, I was fucking with y'all. B, at the time, from a business standpoint, he was the most successful artist in New York. He got the most streams. He was moving the most whatever units. He was the most YouTube views in 24 hours, whatever the case may be. From a business statistical standpoint, at that moment in time when he got out of jail, that he dropped his first song, he was the king of New York. There was no artist in New York moving the needle the way he was doing it. Did I think he was the dopest rapper in New York? Absolutely not. Did I think he was the king of New York because I think he's cool or whatever the fuck? No. From a business standpoint, at that moment in time, he was the king of New York. Did I extra hype it up to fuck with y'all? Absolutely. Are we not here to entertain?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
What the fuck? Right. Anyway, that was hip hop.
Good entertainer.
Can
Joseph.
we move on to the love song of the week?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, let's do it.
Brother F, you got this queued up. The love song of the week is actually my last bit of hip hop folklore. It's an album that we never got that I actually would have liked to get. Tony Sunshine, he was down with the Terror Squad. He was down with Big Pun. He was actually an artist of Big Pun before he was down with the Terror Squad. Big Pun was going to put him out. Obviously, Big Pun passed. Cuban Link, Tony Sunshine, all of them ended up being down with Terror Squad.
And all got shelved.
And they all got shelved. So the only, or not the only, because he did drop a couple songs here and there, but the first single I remember him dropping, the one that I think is still super dope to this day, is called Tony, and it's the love song of the week by Tony Sunshine.
Squad!
Shout out to all the ladies. Shout out to all the wives and the girlfriends. Shout out to all the side pieces and the thotties. Shout out to all the sneaky links. Shout out to all the girls that DM you at the wrong time. Woo!
You're talking about the original that was on the Capone Noriega album.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm checking.
That was the love song of the week. Tony Sunshine, Tony. Another piece of hip hop folklore, an album we never got that I think would have been super dope had it come out, especially if Big Pun was still alive and he could have contributed and kind of seen it through. I think that would have been dope.
Shout out to Tito Grams, aka Tito Sunshine.
That's right, the original Tito
Fun story.
Sunshine.
That's
Shout
a little
out to
folklore right there.
my bad. Shout out to at Bando Farms. Tito Grams got his own what's that shit called? Dispensary. Yeah, dispensary. Make sure you follow at the Bread Route Podcast. Make sure you follow at Bando Farms. Become a member so you can go down there. I've been in there. It's dope. They got the goods.
Yeah,
the good stuff. The flowers and the edibles and all the
That's
tools necessary.
Nice.
Good people, good prices. Make sure y'all check that out.
Carlos Brody.
Where's it located at?
Good shit.
Yeah. Don't test
Where's
my
it
head.
located at, buddy?
Hoboken.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Hoboken? Okay.
Yes, I can't give you the address because you're not a member.
No digging. All good.
No, I'm not a member either.
I don't even live in Jersey.
You got to be a member to get the address, though. That's why I can't give it out.
Say no more.
But shout out to them. They're doing dope things. Shout out to me for knowing everything. Shout out to my co-host.
The knower of nothing.
I knew Marley Marley produced that track.
All he knows is Drake.
Ooh.
Anyway.
I know Drake is the best rapper.
Oh.
Nah.
Whatever.
Last bit of salt.
Y'all got any sign-offs before we leave?
Go ahead, Black.
It was a pleasure, fellas. Glad to do it again. Had a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
That's it?
That's it.
Shout out to Fireball.
No, we ain't shouting that out. Fuck that.
Fireball Black, nigga. He gotta shout out his sponsor.
Fireball Black. Mix that shit with a little rum chata. That should be litty.
Another.
That is correct.
Shout out to CJ, to Christopher, my niece Tiana, Iceberg Slim, Lil C's. That's it.
I would be Iceberg Slim in that shout out.
Negative.
Why? I'm cool like an iceberg.
You're not
I'm
slim, though.
slim.
You're definitely not slim.
I'm svelte.
It's Vilt. It spells Vilt.
This is mauve. This is mauve.
SVELT, nigga. I told you.
I'm rocking mauve.
Oh, yo.
Yo, Slim Jim. Fuck out of here.
No doubt, no doubt.
I love a Slim Jim pause, man. I don't know, man.
Hey, yo.
Oh,
that's an
that-
extra
whoa.
pause right there.
Mystics
Y'all
called.
niggas never snapped
That's a
into a
glizzy.
Slim Jim?
No. He said,
Yo,
I love me a
glizzy.
Slim Jim.
Yes,
Glizzy
yeah.
Jim.
Heard him?
Sticks.
He said, I love
Chill.
me a Slim Jim.
Oh.
Hey,
Whoa.
Y'all gotta stop being homophobic, man. Y'all gonna get us canceled.
Yeah, for real, man. Especially what
Fuck
this guy
outta
was
here.
talking about last week.
Moving
forward. Anyway, y'all got any sign-offs?
You know what it is. VS to the OP, LB all day, MDMA all day. You know how we do, man. We here, Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast.
Brother
Facts.
Mook.
Yo, so the name is dead. That's folklore right there. The name Mook.
Oh man,
It's
my
actually
bad.
Bludshot.
True that. Bloodshot.
If y'all can remember that. But yeah, man, another dope show. Good to have the brother Black back for an episode, dope ass episode.
Thank you, brother.
We got Burnz that finally cop pleas on Drake and 6ix9ine. So you know it was worth it. Or the arguing was worth it.
Absolutely.
And,
I don't know how y'all don't know me well enough to know that yet.
And you know we gotta poke the dragon. So
Fair
and
the
Cisco?
double dragon even.
Cisco?
go. I hope one last bit of folklore. I hope your man Papoose drops that album Nasarima Dream. He always put it out there that he wanted to drop that
Didn't
album.
he drop that album?
He did.
He dropped that album.
Did he? He
Yeah,
dropped Nasarima Dream?
yeah,
Yes, he
bro.
did.
I got a better piece of hip hop folklore.
What you got?
Go ahead,
Jar
talk.
Wars.
Jar Wars.
Whoa, Bloodshot.
That's the album I needed. The
Return
full
of the
version.
Red Eye.
Word up.
Return of the Red Eye Part 2. Yeah, man. Yo, don't show my brothers. You already know how we do, man. I'm gonna get this Achilles back in shape, you know.
Word.
You know, Troy, you know, Achilles over here was in Troy last night and got shot in the Achilles heel. So you already know, my brothers. Hold it down and see you next episode.
Troy died.
I know, my nigga. Troy was a city, dog.
No, nigga.
Uh,
Oh no, Troy was a city. What was the nigga's name?
Achilles.
Oh, his name was Achilles. Yeah, he got shot in the heel. Yeah, that's right. Troy did die though, nigga. You don't remember
Trouble T.
Trouble T. Roy? Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, Trouble T. Roy. Rest in peace,
I'm always
man.
right, yo. Even if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, I'm always right.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
When will y'all get it? Anyway,
he got somebody writing for him.
Yeah, word. Definitely.
Right. He got a ghostwriter.
His room full of writers.
That's right.
Brother F.
Good looking. Anyway, this has been episode 74 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. Shout out to all the breath babies. Shout out to all the breath moms and dads. As always, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride, chin up, chest out. I said it backwards. Somebody hit my mic.